I was like, Bryce gotta have this.
Double check and see, make sure we up. I think we up. Yeah, no, they the Ninja Turtles is technically black. We going based off that comic.
I mean, they definitely had all the slang and the new one with that one was clean to me too. The animated one.
No, that was good. Yeah, the Seth Rogen one.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it.
Yeah, the
Ice Cube and shit, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
right,
Ice Cube was a fly.
Literally the fly. Yeah. Oh wow, they signed us. What is this?
Yeah, we live.
All right, what's up, everybody? Hold on, let me double check. What's going on, everybody? I know what time it is. Oh wow, so somebody signed me out of YouTube. Come on, bruh.
What's happening? What's up? Tequila in my cup. And dog, I'm really
tequila in my cup.
Got that perp fired up.
Babysitting right now.
My phone over there.
I'm over here with my cup styling. You know.
Damn. Y'all holler at the chat for a minute.
Chad, what's happening? File in. One at a time. Don't be stepping on toes, man. Don't be rude. Ladies first.
Y'all seen OKC?
I was just about to
the blowout.
Yeah,
that means we could have beat Minnesota with Steph.
Could have easily beat them niggas, but they was catting.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking. Yeah, that Curry hella old nigga.
And if it's looking like, I guess we can assume Indiana is gonna make it. Who would y'all take in the early prediction right now?
Indiana and OKC.
It's looking like it's Indiana. This is,
Indiana balling, boy.
I'm gonna go OKC right now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go OKC too.
I don't know.
I'll probably go OKC. Defense wins championships. I'll just go with that early predict.
Yeah, I mean, I want them to win too.
I'm cool with honestly whoever.
Yeah,
anybody in the Final Four.
A good.
I just don't want to see no fucking 30 point blowouts and shit like that.
Yeah,
man.
I don't want to see that shit. I want to see no more gentleman sweeps.
Yeah, like I fuck with Ant, one of my favorite players, but he
gas out too quick, bro.
Man, Julius Randle, man. Julius Randle and Nas Fareed, y'all let me down, bro. I'm like, bro.
I didn't even watch because I was like, I seen like some of it, but I was like, yeah, these niggas getting their ass.
Yeah,
beat,
I knew it was bad today. I knew it was gonna be bad.
Well, they get beat down, nigga. Them niggas,
they pissed me off.
That nigga Shay, bro. That nigga
nasty.
That nigga cold, bro.
Yeah,
niggas been complaining all over the internet though, talking about he the new James Harden, bro.
Fuck it.
Who?
Shay Gilgeous.
New James Harden?
Yeah, like he be flopping and shit and like foul baiting and shit.
But he made it to the final.
No, but
right.
see,
exactly. James Harden they never did that.
Yeah, but but it's funny because like,
well, not by itself.
I would say it's more like I feel like James Harden was. I don't know, like the way Shay do it, it's almost like some of them fouls do be catty, but some of them other ones like, bruh, he be catching them slipping, bruh. But some of them he be catching them slipping, and they be like, fuck, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like
you seen
one,
the same
shit.
The last game, that nigga just pushed that nigga to the ground.
Yeah, but you see the post game interview. He's like, I wanted to foul him on that one. He was like, fuck it. At this point, they give him everything.
Yeah.
Nah, you could tell. Like you didn't have to tell us that nigga. You only pushed that nigga
for sure.
I was like, that nigga frustrated, boy. But that's what shit happened. Like, you feel me? I don't know, cause niggas was complaining about the Warriors talking about illegal screens and shit. Like we ran the same offense, we just not winning, so niggas ain't gonna complain. If you winning, niggas gonna complain, bro. This is what it is, bro.
Bruh, the way they was fucking hugging Curry and shit, bro. Exactly. They gotta remind these niggas it's not UFC, bro. Like I'm
niggas
sorry,
really hugging this nigga though, bro.
You can't do
like
that.
It's Valentine's Day or something.
Slapping at his hand.
What's up,
yeah,
man?
You seen that nigga hand, bro?
Bro, his thumb look mango. Yeah,
what's up, man?
Real quick, we got J. Dot got in the building.
What's happening? What's up?
What's cracking?
We got Al Mega. Come on, Callie Banks. We got Stoney Starks in here.
What's cracking, y'all?
Bryce Wayne. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another podcast episode of The Real Squad. We are here to talk everything movies and pop culture, whatever's going on. And tonight we got a good little lineup. We got a couple of movie reviews. A little late, but never Wait, it's better late than never.
Oh, yeah.
As far as
Happy
the
birthday.
interviews.
Oh yeah.
Happy belated birthday to J. Delgado, Mr. Moneybags.
Oh yeah. You know.
You know what I'm saying? You don't really need to give him anything, but if you want something, he be handing shit out. So, I mean,
Moneybags,
Moneybags
man.
for a reason.
Just like, comment, and subscribe, baby.
That's all he want for his birthday,
That's
man.
all
Like,
we
comment,
need.
and subscribe for
Come on.
sure. But we gonna talk about. We got a little bit more information with the Diddy trial. Streamer University news in Tory Lanez, you know, some other shit we gonna talk about. But before we get into all that, Jose was able to check out Final Destination. I got a review up if y'all want to know how I feel about it, but I'm interested to see how you felt about it. Did you see it too?
Not yet.
And just to remember, you said it was a 6.5, real decent movie.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
I think that's exactly what I gave it up.
All right. I'm just making sure.
Okay.
So that's 65%.
Yeah.
Tomato meter was 92%.
Exactly.
The popcorn meter was 88%.
Exactly.
What?
I got a hot take, bro.
54% for me.
Ooh, Jose went lower than me.
Trash.
So real average.
What?
So,
The kills, I fuck with the kills though. The kills kind of brought it up for me.
so you're giving a real average movie?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Oh, it's in between for me.
Okay, go ahead. Leave it.
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
When I first watched it, we got there, got in a long ass line, waiting for popcorn. You get a free refill, right? The large one. All right. Halfway through the movie, I'm sitting there like, I'm damn near about to get back in line in this long ass line to get this popcorn, bro. And I was just like, this movie kind of like throwing me off right now. And then it got to the point towards the end. I'm like, looked at Chanel. I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking pizza. She looking at me like, what the fuck? And I'm like, bro, I started shaking my head. She wasn't catching the hint. And then afterwards, when it got to the end, she was just like, yeah, it wasn't that good, huh? I was like, nah, that shit was trash. But the kills, I fuck with the
How you feel about
kills.
the beginning?
Beginning,
Like the whole because you know it starts off with the tragedy, like the big yeah. So how you feel about that part?
it was cool.
Okay,
It was cool.
that was the best part.
Yeah, and it was good. When I first got there, we walked in late, so I got in the middle of it. But I was able to watch it at Chop House, the very, very beginning of it. So I was able to see what I missed, right?
Okay.
And it was cool. I fuck with the opening scene, but everything else after that, like the acting of the main character, it was just too goofy for me. You know what I'm saying? Even like her walking down the streets, looking like you could get hit by this ball. Watch that rake, doing this and that. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at Chanel like, hold on, bro, what is going on? And she's like overacting. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, what is going on?
And I just recently watched 1 through 4 like the other day. You already rewatched them, so you already going in remembering exact.
Yeah, so and it's
I knew I
and
wasn't tripping.
to me it's like an insult to me because it was like even after that I'm like, why is she like either she being hella goofy with this acting, like what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And even when after that, bro was like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna get hit, I'm good. And then when the sister went, everything that happened, she fell perfectly into the shit. I was just like, oh my god, bro, is this scary movie, bro? Like what the fuck, right? But the kills though, I fuck with the kills though. I was fucking with the kills, like when people was dying, like even when she died, and I was just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? It was to the point to where even Chanel was just like, how can you watch this? I'm like, nah, this is a movie, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to like really see.
So
I fuck with
CGI,
some of that shit.
You being a big guy with CGI, it didn't throw you off.
And no, it wasn't that bad to me. To me,
Oh, Al,
yeah,
you gotta hurry up.
yeah.
I'm gonna watch
Because
it tomorrow.
honestly,
I've seen way worse.
kills. You just seen part 1. I just rewatched part 1 by myself. Part 2 too. The practical effects were going stupid when they on the freeway and the logs collapsed. Bruh, you know how many practical effects that was?
Yeah.
That had to be mad expensive. All the explosions, all bro, it was so many. I'm like, so mind you, this is after I seen the movie, so my memory was not tripping. I'm like, wait, why just like majority of these kills, no minor spoilers, but the people that survive had the practical effects. And there was one kill in particular that was practical, but it was so simplistic.
Like what?
The lawnmower. I'm like,
yeah.
that was that was easy to do, very simplistic. I saw him do it. I watched the making of.
You could tell. I mean, with the clip I sent with the nigga in the elevator, you could tell like they used.
No, that was so they used CGI.
That's what I was gonna say.
But they didn't have to.
They used CGI. I was gonna say they used no practice because there was no blood in that scene.
Yeah, so I'm like, bro,
they had to use CGI with that.
So that was clean. What you said, that was clean. I didn't even know that because CGI completely took
ruined
over.
It. Yeah,
it was over. I'm like,
when I sent it, that's what I sent it as. Like, I know CGI probably ruined this because there's no blood in this scene at all.
Wait, so even when I watched it, when you sent it, I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
Hey, where did you watch it? Did you watch it on IMAX or something? Or?
It was wait, was it? No, it wasn't like the crazy IMAX. I think it was just regular IMAX.
Because I promise you, and you know I'm big. Yeah. I'm harsh on that shit. When I watched it, I'm like, it wasn't that bad. Like the shit that I saw, and some of the it wasn't perfect. Obviously, I'm giving it a low score. Ridiculous.
It was just too colorful. Like the red was like red as fuck. It wasn't like deep dark red.
Actually the red. I feel what you're saying, but like even like the shit that when the shit went through grandma and wow on her face, I was like, nah. And when it splashed on her face, I'm like, it wasn't that bad. Like I remember what you said, and I've seen. I guess I'm comparing it because I've seen way worse. You know what I'm saying? And I'm harsh. I'm super harsh on it. But when I was watching the kills, I'm like, this ain't too bad, and that's why it wasn't. Like I said, it wasn't perfect.
It might have been worse because I seen. It's crazy that you saw 1 and 2. How many did you see before you went?
1 and 2.
I seen 1 through 4 afterwards, and the lengths they went with their practical was so crazy. I'm like, this is dope as fuck. Like you felt it way more, and it wasn't comedic. You were 100% like, oh fuck, and the misdirection was done way better because it's like it's telegraphing this. You know what I'm saying? I felt like the telegraph in the new movie was like way too obvious.
But also too, I want to see what Al says so he can like break the tie, because I personally think, now I'm thinking about it, I personally think that these high scores and even the word of mouth, like it wasn't that we even seen on the internet. Like I've heard people say that they heard people say in person that it was pretty good. I honestly think that people thought it was good because of the kills. You know what I'm saying? I know how you don't fuck with them. I'm talking about like as far as you don't think they like as good as I thought it was, but I thought they was decent. Okay. But I think that maybe people compared it to other shit, and they probably to them they thought it was maybe a 9 as far as the kills, maybe personally, right? And maybe that was enough for them. Maybe they watched it from that standpoint. But the storyline and all that or the execution of it, that shit was.
So that was the thing that
me.
So I honestly fuck with the beginning of the movie because of the storyline. So that was my favorite part of it.
That's
somebody
cool.
that survived something in their whole timeline, their whole family line.
I was cool with that.
I said that was to me the best storyline, but the execution of that was horrible.
So check this out. I agree with you as far as them like opening up with that, and okay, we'll see where they go with it. The granddaughter becoming a pro, having everything up on the wall, just ran through that whole book, knew everything automatically. It was just like sometimes
it was too fast.
Yeah,
I said that.
And that's the shit I'm talking about. Like that's the shit I was telling Chanel. Like sometimes shit just happens too fast, and it's like I like movies that start fast and then let's see how we got here, right, or whatever, or we'll go back, you know what I mean, and then let's explain it more because we started off with some context, right? But then all of a sudden it's like everything starts fast, no explanation, like no type of struggle of trying to like figure out what happened and stuff like that.
She's able to get the family on her side way too. So
like what
y'all do yourself a favor and watch at least 1 and 2, or at least just one first before you go back, because the atmosphere of each of these movies, night and day difference. Like even though I told Jose, I'm like the color grading of the movie of the first one is completely different from this one. I will say as the movies as they went on longer, like I made it to 4, they did get brighter. So I'll give it that benefit. Like okay, it continued to the phase of getting brighter. So it's stuck on that. But if you watch the first one, absolutely a horror movie. Stifler is in the movie, but he is literally, it's not when shit is going down that's funny. He's off. It's no tension during the time that it's funny. Some of these characters is being funny during the tension, and some of the kills is hokey to me. I'm like, this is so ridiculous. I'm not afraid anymore. It's more like you're trying to like gross me out.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'll rather be afraid because the first one you were afraid when that dude strangled himself in the shower because he couldn't grab anything.
I couldn't take a shower.
You hear what Bryce just said?
The nail scene.
It just seemed like they was trying to gross niggas out.
That shit was crazy.
So
that's what it seemed like.
Top 5.
That shit was out of pocket.
Stacks.
Top 5.
What he just said, it just seemed like they was trying to gross niggas out. That's what it seemed like because it was a whole bunch of ooh.
Even after that, like it was still shooting nails into that nigga. Bro, I was like,
it was the girl. She was a girl. She was like, dude. And she over here trying to stop it, and then it's going through her hands. I'm like, bro. That's
crazy.
all practical.
That
you know what I'm saying?
I was
nothing about that was CGI. And I'm like, if you can do a nail gun, even when there's a scene in that same movie where a big ass glass pane fall on top of a kid that's chasing off some pigeons. He just escaped the dentist when one of the toys that was
they
above
built the tension so high, released it, and then killed that nigga. Blood.
But that was all
crazy.
practical. You know what I'm saying? All that shit was real. It was really done. I think honestly, part 2 might have the best like catastrophe because that freeway scene was all practical.
So memorable,
they went stupid. It was hell explosions. I'm like, oh,
you know what's fucked up? You know what's fucked up about it? I feel like I may not be this way for everybody, but it almost seems like in hindsight, like it seemed like after a long amount of time, it almost seemed like we as the people in general, for the most part, got confused and thought that the logs were a part of part 1 because we hadn't seen it in so long. But when we watched it, it was just like, oh, so this ain't the this ain't the one, right? So we watched the part 1. It was turned up. It was cool. When we watched part 2, I realized because I do this shit. I'm not gonna lie. I do this shit where I watch old movies that's classic to me, and I look and be like, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. You know what I mean? To me personally, part 2 wasn't that good. It was the log scene that was like the whole movie. Because as I start watching everything else, I'm like, man, hold on. I felt the same way.
Yeah, like, this ain't the same. If you ask anybody, a lot of people will go with the second movie, but the second movie only wins because of the log scene.
That log scene was so memorable, bro.
So you know
every
why?
time you see it,
the budget gets bigger. That's what happens. So they their ideas and they can do more shit. So then So they get caught up in
that practical too.
Yeah, rather than maybe the execution of certain shit and maybe the acting or whatever that's lacking. But hey, we're gonna put it towards this clean ass scene that's gonna be iconic forever. You know what I'm saying? So then movies get caught up in that. You know what I'm saying?
They made a new icon as far as like everybody afraid to get on an airplane, but nobody ever talked about logs on for a semi truck. Like that also created a whole new thing.
The first movie, bro, like the opening scene, I feel like it wasn't as iconic because first of all, it was the first one and it was their first time doing it.
It's an airplane too.
People always think
about that.
And it's like, it's an explosion, so like everybody pretty much getting the same, even though the one they get yanked out the plane, you feel me? But everybody just basically getting incinerated. Yeah. The second one with the crash, niggas was dying in it. All type of ways, nigga.
Sure. Yeah.
Like you feel
and
me?
That was a new fear created because nobody ever thought about.
It was in slow motion, and then afterwards she started freaking out and shit. She had to stop basically the whole line of cars. The police came. She was like, and then nigga, as soon as she was about to pull her out the car, you just.
You know what's crazy? That's real quick. Bro. I didn't even peep that because watching the second one, I'm like, well, how is she supposed to save all these random people within the car? She cut off the exit because she knew people behind her was about to die. So she turned her car on the exit so nobody could pass her. So she saved hella lives, but still. It was like, okay, that's how they end up doing it. But mind you, nobody ever thought about logs falling off a semi-truck until that movie. I personally saw a semi-truck carrying logs and was like, slow down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
so
facts.
That literally created,
facts,
like I said, it's been in everybody's head about an airplane crash. Everybody thinking about that all the time. That's
even when you see it on the internet, because I seen just recently a log flew through a nigga. The same shit happened, like on Final Destination, and then all the comments was like, "This nigga clearly ain't seen Final Destination."
Like, why are you behind him? Get that motherfucker go. You go below speed limit when you see them motherfuckers. But
which movie was the one where they was in that drive-through and almost got smashed?
That was the roller coaster one. That was 3.
Okay.
Yeah, so 3 was the one.
The engine flew and hit the nigga in the head.
Yeah, that was fire. I actually so it went from being scary to creative kills into all the way. It made it to this one. We're like, I'm just trying to gross you out.
Yeah.
So it wasn't about creativity. Because honestly, if I'm being honest, without spoilers, there's only one kill that was kind of creative. And it has something to do with like an MRI machine.
But it's funny, I didn't like that one. That was one of the ones I didn't fuck with.
That was comical.
Yeah,
I'm like,
man.
this is like,
That shit's
it was
stupid.
too cartoonish.
Yeah.
I can see, like I said, watching certain CGI movies and dealing with CGI lately is some stuff that you can accept. But for this movie,
Right.
like I'm saying, like I'm not used to this being hokey, bro.
So I got you. So I fuck with some of the kills, right? Just based off of just someone I'm looking at the CGI and shit, I'm like, that wasn't that bad, okay. But the very last one at the end, to me, that was one of the worst ones. Because do you remember back in the day? What's the Final Cut Pro? You know that that feature where it's the fucking shit where it's the smoke. And you can make that shit like glow, and it looks like something's on fire. Obviously,
yeah.
It was like she fell, and like it just didn't seem aligned properly. I don't know. It was just weird. And then I was like, "Oh, y'all running? Why don't y'all run sideways?" Hey, of course, that's the obvious. But if y'all running straight, make it look believable. But it looked like it got way too close to the point to where like she didn't fall. It didn't look realistic.
Part 2.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
it didn't look realistic.
The fact that you go and lean on something that we previously already seen, it's like no, bro. And then, like I said, it was ridiculous. I'm talking about.
She became super knowledgeable about everything. She was just like, "Hey, so this is how it's gonna happen. Like this the family bloodlines. Bro. It's gonna be you. It's gonna do blah 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 blah. We're gonna do this. You know what I'm saying?" And then it was like, and then you gonna be next. And then she was just breaking it down. And it was just like, I'm looking at it like, well, how come we can't figure out like you're like how you know what I mean became knowledgeable of this? How come we can't figure out like through your trial and error and shit like that? But it was just like as soon as somebody died, boom, everybody in the room like, okay, what we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
it was just
Jose,
like,
if you can, did you watch 3? Because
the roller coaster, we started it.
Okay, 3 ended better than what they did. So 3 had the exact same ending, but it was done much better. I'm like, because at the end they be like, oh yeah, man, everything is all good. We forgot about this one thing. Yeah. And so part 3, even though to me it was way more ridiculous, that's the one with the roller coaster or whatever. Yeah. I felt like they did it much better because I'm like, oh shit, I remember that. So it come into play hella clean.
I mean, part 1 was like that too because remember they had switched seats. Remember he was like, we switched seats right here.
That was earlier on in the movie, but at the end with 3, something like that happens at the end of the first one. Yeah, okay. I mean the last one. They had the same kind of thing, but 3 did it much better. Okay. So this movie, I can say the director definitely fucked with the franchise, but I think he missed the first one. And I also think like you
said they like I haven't seen it obviously, but you said that they was on it way too fast. Like that was part of the whole like thing with the first 2 movies, like trying to convince niggas that this is really happening.
Oh yeah, it took a lot.
It took hella much. Nobody believed these niggas.
It was stressing you out because people wasn't believing.
Yeah, niggas wouldn't like even in the second one. Even remember Black Bro? He didn't believe until the bitch died on the elevator with the hooks.
Yeah,
and then he was like, he tried to shoot himself, and it didn't work.
And nigga had a full round. Yeah, he had a guns went off. So that was something else that was kind of random too. That kind of made it weird. I'm like,
like why y'all get it so fast, nigga? Y'all not supposed to get it this fast.
And then also too, you know how that bro was in there, Candyman. You know what I'm saying? Before he passed, I
did appreciate that because he ended up dying. Yeah, and in real life after that movie. So what they did with his character was a nice send off. I appreciate that. How he was able to tie in to all movies, and that movie explains his origins. So that was fire.
Yeah. Okay, I'm about to see.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna spoil it, but it does touch on his origins.
It was kind of fire.
Not Candyman. Tony Todd, because Tony Todd is in all the movies.
You know, it's funny.
He's like the mortician. Yeah.
You say it's fire. I say it was cool. It was pretty cool. It was a cool little nugget because I still feel a certain type of way even about that detail because I was just like, this nigga look great.
I liked that there was a nice send off.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But I still even at the end I was just sitting there and I was like, but this nigga still seemed a little older than it. I was like, fuck it.
I got you. All right. Yeah, he was really.
But it was a cool little touch.
They used his reality in the movie, which was, I felt like it was a little bit like, I don't know if y'all should have done that, but the way they did it was tasteful. It wasn't distasteful because he ended up having cancer. So everybody knows if you got some type of cancer or sickness, death will probably be like, you know what, you're gonna die eventually anyway, so I'm gonna leave you alone.
But also too, when they approached him, nobody knew it was a secret, so he told them that secretly that's what was going on with him, and they was like, okay, cool. So they let him improv his part, like, so he can have his own little send off. So he kind of went out how he wanted to go. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because it almost felt like he was talking to the audience. Yeah. I'm like, ooh, this is kind of deep right here. I'm like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. It caught me off guard.
You don't fuck with death.
So
it's messy.
Oh man, I love that. Yeah. So you said you're gonna give it a
5. I give it a real average movie.
Damn.
It was like I said. I think the saving grace was the kills was decent, and then other than that, like the execution and the script, it was just like, bruh. Like you said, it seemed like somebody was a fan of it, and he really
kind of skipped. They went to their highlights and then realized what the core was, which can happen. Like you know what I'm saying, you want to go through the highlight reel, but the core of it is actually creating fear.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So they definitely missed the ball on that. It became a dark comedy. So y'all make sure y'all check out Final Destination. I want to get y'all opinions on it, especially.
But you said we should watch the other ones first.
And also too, like I said,
if you do yourself a favor to remember why you fuck with the franchise, watch at least 1 and 2. And remember why it's such a big deal.
Which one was a tanning bed?
Ooh,
3.
Yeah,
that shit was
3 was a tanning bed.
I'll never get in the tanning bed.
I remember I told you I watched it with Hess that second day. He 5-2.
Yeah, so I didn't make it there. I didn't make it. That's Final Destination.
No. I'm talking about he rated it 5 as well.
Oh, that's what I'm
saying.
Okay. Yeah. So like I said, the only reason I gave it a 6.5 because I loved the beginning, which you didn't see in theaters. You had to watch it on repeat at the house, basically. Yeah. But the way they were able to capture that time period and how they did it, it was like a lot of more practical, and it was clean. I fuck with that. That was terrifying because this shit went down.
Yeah, I was making a joke. I'm making a joke with Hess. I'm like, I don't know what time period it is, but she shouldn't be fraternizing with the help. She was sitting there talking. I'm like, hold on now.
Yeah, that wasn't historically accurate. If you want to be 100, because
that was what it was.
A lot of black people popping off in that motherfucker.
A lot of black people cleaning up,
black people would have been lit like that.
The work.
We would have been in trouble.
Yeah. Oh, you pregnant? How far along are you?
Yeah, we would have been invited to those parties. All right.
Don't talk to me, boy.
Definitely.
Boy, it's crazy.
I'm gonna be interested to see how y'all feel about this. Well, I know how you feel about it, but this versus I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Ooh.
Because they did what this movie did better. I'm like, okay, this is how you do it. If you're gonna throw a little bit more, huh?
The new one?
Yeah, the new one. If you go, yeah, remember I told you I got an early screening.
That's right.
So if you're gonna add comedy in there, it's a way you do it,
yeah.
And the way that I Know What You Did Last Summer did it, fire. And like I said, they still was able to keep that tension there with everything. I'm like, okay, like I said, I had a good time with it.
I think that was the part where, like I said earlier, it was weird the way like even when she was going through the neighborhood, naming off the kids playing with the ball and stuff like, it was just like, wait. It almost seemed like it was supposed to be comical the way she was doing it. It seemed like that Tyler Perry type of. I was just like, what the fuck? It seemed like it was a scary movie, like to certain aspects. I'm like,
that's why I'm not surprised.
It seemed like it was mocking Final Destination.
Your review makes more sense than mine. Like I said, you giving it a 5, I probably would have been on there with you because I did not see those movies again first. I just remember from what I remember. This was a tone, and I was right. Yeah. But seeing it again, I'm like, oh yeah, no, these niggas tripping. This is not it. Nah. So maybe in retrospect, 5.5 for sure. But I'll stick with a 6.5 because I absolutely love the beginning of the movie.
But regardless, it's still lower than what everybody else is saying, like what the masses are saying. Like I said, Rotten Tomatoes throwing me off again.
A lot of people this movie has got a lot of love, man. Like I
think it's the nostalgia, and I also think that. If I was like taking somebody to see this for the first time, the way I would describe it is it's about to be some crazy kills. You feel me? And then that's what niggas going in expecting, and they not even really probably thinking about
it, but they don't know how cool it can be with a story.
Yeah, so and it's probably like some
with tension like build up. Yeah.
Niggas liked it for what it was. You type shit.
Yeah. So I would love to see you and Stack's view on it. Like I said, y'all might end up loving it. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. Like I said, the way is not even that much mixed. Me and Jose are in the minority.
And everybody watches things differently. Obviously, everybody listens to things differently.
Yeah, but it's the reason that we on the same page.
For sure.
Like, we remember something. You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of people did that rewatch. But funny enough, if you go to HBO Max right now, those are in the top 10. At least 1 through 5 are in the top 10.
Okay.
Because people are watching that and going back and rewatching the originals, and it's going crazy right now. So Final Destination is lit right now.
They eating right now.
It's crazy, bro. All in the top 10, they killing it. Another movie that came out that I was able to check out was Lilo and Stitch, the live action. And you and Al wasn't able to check this out, but me and Stacks was able to check it out. Go for it.
First off, I want to say to all them fucking resellers that bought that damn popcorn bucket, kiss my ass, because my daughter wanted that shit and I couldn't get it for her.
Damn.
The motherfuckers was sold out, bro.
Oh, yeah, they did.
All I was able to get was the little tin bucket with the ears and the cup. I was so
it was
fucking
a popcorn
mad, bro.
button that was flocked, like
and it was actual Stitch.
Yeah, it was
and
like
it was
you
a
could
drink
feel
holder.
Like it's almost like
and a
suede
popcorn
on
bucket.
it.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
That's tight.
It was fire. It was him though. It looks hella accurate.
And people reselling them and shit.
You know they is.
Oh my god.
I'm like, bro, my dog. I was trying to. I'm like, man, ain't no way. It's like we went on. It came out on what, Friday? We went Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, they're for surely gonna be there. Like
They released those
Thursday.
things a week early. Remember they did the Alien a whole week early. So
Oh yeah, the buckets. Yeah,
the buckets. They gonna release that.
No, nigga, we got that shit like 2-3 weeks early.
Yeah, so
like,
you gotta as soon as they release or they show you what it is, you gotta pull up.
Yeah.
see, so I mean, I was kind of pissed about. I got there and was like,
So
and then what pissed me off even more, the girl at the counter that was helping us, she was like, "Oh yeah, I think we still got some." And then she walked over to the dude. He was like, "Yeah, nah, whatever's out there, that's it."
He had him in the back.
I'm like,
sure.
And he was a nigga. That shit pissed me off even more. I was like, and he kept looking at me. I want to be like, nigga, you want to get pistol whipped? Like, are you trying to check my gangster right now or something? Fucking Stitch bucket. Like, you punk ass nigga.
Nigga working at the movie theater.
Lilo and Stitch is a hot commodity. Even before the movie re-released, they've been selling merch since forever.
Bruh. I keep forgetting how big of a Disney staple Lilo and Stitch is. Like everybody,
talk about it.
Like my daughter, she didn't know we were going, so we put her on her. She thought it was just random that we put her on her Lilo and Stitch shirt, but like everybody that went to go see that movie had on some kind of
it was packed.
Disney apparel or Lilo and Stitch apparel. Like, so I mean, given like you said, I should have thought about that, but I'm just like.
It's one of the biggest franchise that still go on to this day. That you can go to Target. You could have went to Target, nigga, last year. You got Lilo and Stitch in there. You know what I'm saying? Before they announced this movie, it's hella Lilo and Stitch shit. You know what I'm saying? Stitch been popping. He never fell off.
Never.
So initial thoughts. They do a pretty big change from the animated. So
shit pissed me
if
off.
If the animated version was 2 hours, this was 1 hour and 15. Because not saying that's the real length of the movie. That's how much stuff they took out. Because there's characters that's missing. They merged characters to be.
But there's no
character.
Gantu. There's no bounty hunter.
Yeah, so it was crazy.
Make that make sense.
But it was the same storyline.
Technically, yes, but it was a little bit more darker.
Okay,
believe it or not, because at the end of Lilo and Stitch, I mean, no spoilers. It ends differently as well. Okay. Because, like I said, they took a more human approach or a politically correct approach to the ending.
It's like E.T.?
What you mean?
Like, you know how the government was trying to get on this nigga, but you feel me?
No, it does have to do with the government, but it don't got to do with Stitch. I say that. I'll leave it at that. But it was a little bit more like, whoa, y'all really went there. And so
I was juiced to see Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, bro. So Zach Galifianakis plays one of the aliens that comes to Earth. That he plays
Jamba.
Yeah, Jamba. The big one.
Swear, that's crazy.
But
because remember,
if I tell you that, fire, right, bro? They could have picked anybody else to do this.
He not even doing his thing.
Zach Galifianakis.
No.
It's so crazy.
That's why I
weird because he's the straight man. The other dude who plays Pleagley, he's funny. You know what I'm saying? He killing it. But they making Zach Galifianakis play the straight man. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's way funnier than bro. He could have turned up. But bro was dumb funny. But at the same time, why would you have Zach play a straight man? I'm like, no, you're doing it wrong. Because they merged his character with the shark dude.
So
he's not in it.
They make instead of having Gantu, that big shark dude, be the villain, they made Jamba the villain.
Yeah, man. And
remember in the cartoon, he turns he turns into like the uncle of Lilo and Stitch.
They get cool.
He becomes the he becomes a part of the family.
It's more heartfelt. Yeah, it's way more heartfelt.
No, this nigga is the villain, bro. and that's why I said at first when I seen it, I was like, this.
I didn't know. I'm like,
this about to be good, and then I'm just sitting there like.
Yeah, it was literally watching like a regular actor. He wasn't being Zach Galifianakis.
Did your daughter like it?
Oh, she loved it.
Yeah, there was so many kids in there.
The kids loved it.
I think it made over 300 million this weekend because when I say it was packed, but it was kids screaming the entire time. I'm like, my kids was quiet. I'm like, it was so loud in there, bro. I'm like, oh.
And the way it started off.
This is why these movies make money because families bringing hella kids.
Like the way it started off, I'm like, okay, this seemed pretty accurate. And then like you start noticing other shit and you like,
how you feel about Lilo?
She was the best.
I liked her. Yeah.
Nani, for one, she wasn't thick.
Nah, we wasn't gonna get that.
And two, they could have picked so many. I feel like there was probably way better people that probably auditioned for that. And I don't know why they picked her.
She a little bit whitewashed. She half white.
That's what my girl from Hawaii, and she was saying like all the Hawaiians is not fucking with Nani.
Yeah, they made her. They
I didn't even like David
the one
character.
that was she's closer to the white side. You know what I'm saying? But the social worker, the female social worker, that's the original Nani. That's the original voice.
The voice,
actor. Yeah.
I didn't even like
they
David's
got a lot
character.
of people. They got a lot of people from the original cameoing, but the original voice actor for Stitch came back and did Stitch again. So between like Lilo and Stitch,
killed
A1.
it.
A1
Killed it.
It's not a lot of Stitch though. You know, it could have been a little bit more Stitch. It's not crazy OD. Some of the scenes is bar for bar, but it's like the scenes that get you emotionally invested that's missing. There's like a famous scene with an ugly duckling story that Lilo reads to Stitch, like the story of the ugly duckling, and Stitch hella like gravitate towards that. He tried to like remake it for himself as far as finding his family. They took it out for some reason. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of stuff they took out, mashed together, and made the movie shorter. And it was like, I understand why it's doing good. It's probably the better of the live action remakes. Killing Snow White, you know what I'm saying? It's still.
I haven't seen that
Snow
shit.
Yeah, no, nobody gonna care. But at its source, it still has that gravitas at its source.
Yeah, it still got the essence of Lilo and Stitch.
I mean, when I seen the trailer, I'm like, damn, they got Stitch down pat. That shit look just
it was clean.
Like this. That's crazy.
It was clean. They did him very well. Like I said, it was a few scenes dealing with him and Jamba that made me kind of like I laughed like uncontrollable.
I laughed a couple times.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, that was funny. You know what I'm saying? That was cool. But like me, like after the kids seen it, they want to see it. They want to see more of it. So we've been playing the original much more. I'm like, damn, the original was cold. So much better. Like you understand, like it's been a minute since you watched Lilo and Stitch because that's more of the later Disney movies. We watched Lion King to the point where we know it by heart. Right. Lilo and Stitch came out when we was a little bit older, but we understand that it was an impact. But upon rewatch, it's the reason why the merch is still in theaters after so many years because it was fire. Lilo and Stitch is fire. The animated one,
facts.
So if the animated one was a 10. This might have been a 6.5.
I was gonna say
that boy look at 6.5.
That's 6.5.
I was gonna say
no Diddy.
I was gonna say 7, real decent. It was
but
it was cool.
For kids though, it's gonna go crazy. Live real action Stitch like Lilo and Stitch is the best characters. Like that's what you really go in there to see.
Right.
Yeah.
But if we talking story, we going story for story, bar for bar. It don't hold a candle to the OG.
What you think of David's character?
Who?
The dude that liked Nani.
Damn, it's so forgettable.
Because in the cartoon,
he was funny.
He was. I feel like they could have picked somebody like even him. I feel like they just picked the old any run of the mill.
They could have gave him more to do.
They could have.
I had no problem with the actual actor if they would have gave him more to do. He was just meh.
So they got Lilo and Stitch right, and then they was like, "Fuck everything else."
Pretty much. Cobra Bubbles pissed me off too.
Oh, that was probably for me. That was the worst casting. Vin Rames plays the original Cobra Bubbles.
Vin Rames?
He plays the voice actor. He's the voice actor in the OG one.
But think about it. Cobra Bubbles was like some 7-foot giant.
Yeah. He kind of looked like Vin Rames too.
They made it look like Vin Rames. So
this
like,
dude, he had no like Cobra Bubbles. Like you watching the cartoon and you like, oh, this nigga got some authority. This dude, I wouldn't have been scared of that nigga.
No, he had the authority and he had the comedic timing where he had so many scenes from the original that like played a bigger part to the bigger story. Because when you find out like he's the reason why Earth ain't been destroyed, because he was able to convince the aliens that like, oh, mosquitoes is an endangered species. But it was so subtly said in the OG one. It's like, oh, you laughed at it, you know what I'm saying? But this one, it was like, that wasn't him. You know, he didn't even mention that, you know what I'm saying? But you realize in the OG one, that's the reason why Earth is still here. Because they was like, we just blow the planet up. If Stitch landed on there, blow that motherfucker up. And they're like, nah, we can't blow it up because mosquitoes is endangered. We got to keep it. But he was the one to have that conversation way prior, so that would happen. So he'd been a part of the CIA. It's just way cleaner. It was way more saucier. You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean, that's what I was expecting at the end when he had his interaction with the head council lady. Yeah, because remember that they talked in the cartoon they talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
And even I was kind of mad they took out that part where like that convinced the councilwoman to actually let Stitch stay, because you know Lilo had that paperwork, but they, like I said, but it was like he said, like the ugly duckling, like they left out a lot of core shit from the original that I was like, that made it crazy. That
was clearly to save money though, because they only used the CGI in the beginning for the alien scenes and for Stitch really.
Did you see the little interview the dudes that made the movie said? They said they had to take Gantu out to make to give Lilo and her sister more of a. They wanted to focus more on them opposed to everything else. But I'm like,
he didn't have a huge.
They should have just.
That's what I'm saying.
He just had great. Every time the lady would have popped up, he would have popped up. Like the supreme leader lady, like the alien or whatever. I'm like, no, that dog. It was clearly to save money because he's huge. The CGI on him would have had to be A1.
Which is crazy. Like y'all, you'd have think they'd have threw the bag at this, because like you said, it's been smacking since it came out. So you think that
they were scared.
That's crazy.
But it's making buku bucks. I'm talking about apparently in Mission Impossible and Lilo and Stitch is like almost like Barbenheimer. Like they going crazy together. They both killing it right now.
But that's
especially
why,
with the scores on Rotten Tomato.
But that's why I'm agreeing.
Lilo and Stitch got the most money.
I'm agreeing with what you saying though, is because bro, they did. Stitch was perfect, bro. Like the CGI on him was perfect. They could have for surely did Gantu, bro, and it would have worked. Like if they nailed Stitch, like Stitch looked like he was real. Like every interaction he had with Lilo, as far as her grabbing him and the stuff he was doing,
was crazy,
bro. It looked so real, bro. Like
that was good. That was
it was hella good, bro.
But it's literally budget. Like we want to spend more of this money on Lilo, on Stitch, like because Jamba and what's his name, Pleakley didn't look too saucy. You can tell they was a little bit.
Jamba looked more believable than Pleakley.
That one eye shit, I'm like, this looks way.
Pleakley like a cartoon. Jamba looked a little. He looked better.
He looked better. But Stitch, that's where all the money went.
But I also didn't like how they made them into humans. We talked about this before when it came out, when they first got leaked.
But picking Zach Galifianakis was genius, and picking bruh, you know
bruh
who
played
is.
The perfect Pleakley.
Yeah, no, you know who he is. He just don't got a name like that. You seen him before, but that's genius casting for those two characters. But you should have let them do their thing, because it was Zach. Way too scripted, bruh. I ain't never seen Zach Galifianakis follow a script like that. Like he had no room to to expand. It was OD. I'm like, bro, this is weird, because I've seen him. This is not supposed to be a serious role. This is the most serious I ever seen Zach Galifianakis, bro. I'm like, wait, bro, what is happening? I've never seen him like this. Never.
It's like you want him to do something to make you laugh. And
he won't.
And you just like,
literally. So mind you, when I seen him, like, cause it's how they get the
costumes.
It's how they get the costumes, how they get the disguise. And as soon as I seen him, I looked at Chanel and was like, oh, "Is that Alan?" That's automatic. That's what you thinking. You thinking Alan, or you thinking bro from Dude Ethan Tremblay?
As
like
soon
you
as
just
you
know.
said Zach Galifianakis, I was like Alan, because that's all I think of. This nigga.
You can
and Marty.
He done played so many different characters, but they all in that same genre.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was a movie he did where they was robbing a bank or something like that, and he was still dumbass funny. You know what I'm saying? But it's not serious. You don't.
Yeah.
You hire him for his comedic timing and his improv. Like, let him just do his
the
scene.
craziest part is he could have played the funny serious, like how like
Jumbo was funny.
Yeah, like fucking Due Date. Like he wasn't like ha funny, but he was trying to be serious, but he was hella funny.
Yeah, no, he could have literally played that. Yeah, because he didn't think he was funny. He thought he was being serious.
He thought he was being serious.
Yeah, so he could have did the same thing. So it was literally a waste of character. You could have took him out and it would have been the same movie.
What makes it worse though, it seems like they let dude that played Pleakley, they let him do his thing. Like, go ahead.
He is actually really funny.
No, I know. I've seen him in hella like comedy movies. Like he's always
funny.
He's never really the main role, but he's always like that second. Like,
this is about to push him over though. This
that's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying. It seemed like they let him go ahead, bro. Do your thing, and they told Zach, nah.
Yeah,
stick to this script.
They tried to make him like the bounty hunter. They tried to make him too serious. They played him in the straight man. You cast the wrong nigga to play the straight man.
Him?
Yes,
dumbass funny. Dumbass funny. He killed it. Him, Lilo, and Stitch, best actors.
Did you peep the? I mean, me and you were pretty. We like almost have the same affection for kung fu movies and stuff like. Did you peep the cameo for the dude that owned, or it was the 90s boss for the resort?
Yes. My nigga. He also was the original though. He's the original
voice actor.
Yeah, for the dude. Yeah, for the dude that we said that didn't have enough to 90s boyfriend.
No, not David.
No, the voice
actor for David was
the owner.
Got you.
Yes,
okay.
He's the owner of the place that 90 was working at. So yeah, it was nice to see my man's. Yeah,
I can't think of his name, but he played Bruce Lee.
Yeah, he played
in
Bruce
the biopic,
Lee, and he was the OG Mowgli in the first live action
Jungle Book.
Yeah, back in the day, that was fire.
I thought that was pretty dope.
Yeah, that was tight. Yeah, he been in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he do a lot of voice acting, but yeah, he been in there. So if you can give it just give it our rating, official rating. What you gonna give it? And try to separate it from the OG, because yeah, it was just try.
I'll give it a 7. Real decent movie.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you. Like the lowest of the low 7s. The original movie.
So check this out. Rotten Tomato gave it a 69, so 6.9, and the fans gave it a 93. That's a big ass. Man, probably had to do with the kids enjoying it.
Love this movie.
Oh yeah,
bro.
my daughter had but at the same time, you got to think about they're not really paying attention to like all them caveats that we're paying attention to. You know what I'm saying?
The highlight reel.
Like like I said, like he was saying, we're going there to see Lilo and Stitch, and they absolutely nailed. Like if I was gonna give this a rating just off them 2 roles, it would get the real deal.
The real deal, 100%.
It would get the real deal 100%. Off the rip. I'll give it an 8.59 real deal, because
if it's based off just those 2 characters,
killed it. Like their whole connection, how they built up Lilo's character, the stuff that she went through, how they showed Stitch and his character. Yeah, they killed it. Yeah. But if you start factoring in the other stuff, and then like he said at the end, and then how they tried to finesse it and still make it wholesome, like nah,
they cat it off. That ending was killed. If I'm like, wait, y'all about to do this for real? I'm like, damn. All right, well, the animated version would never. Disney would never. But I mean, I give them. They got balls for doing that. I give them that.
But it makes sense though for them just to get the pillars right, and then everything else just falling like just fillers. I mean, because it's kids. you know what I'm saying, watching. The kids want to see it, so they gonna make their money. So the kids, you know what I'm saying, even if the parents don't enjoy it
on Stitch. They blew the bag on Stitch.
They nailed.
They're like everything else.
Do you know how much money they're gonna do part 2? 100%, because it's making killer money, bro. This might hit a bill. It might hit a bill.
You can tell they're gonna do number 2 when like towards the end when he went through that Rolodex.
Oh yeah. And
you saw all the other experiments. You're like, okay,
and they don't even got to do the exact part 2 from the animated, because they got the animated part 2 too. They can literally just go from the TV show exactly and kill it. So yeah, it's coming. So if you're a Lilo and Stitch fan, definitely go check it out.
It said the budget had a net budget of $100 million.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it.
They tripled that the first weekend.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
Makes sense.
Like I said, it's only gonna do more because word of
they
mouth.
could have threw more money.
It says budget.
I don't know.
Budget was $100 million. Box office $392.6 million.
300.
Snow White might have been the reason why.
First weekend.
And it says Snow White's budget was $300 million.
What? Wow.
Because they had to do reshoots.
They
made the movie without the doors with the politically correct people, and then they made it with the doors, but that was all CGI.
You heard? I heard.
They used little people at first.
No, they used regular people at first. Yeah. No little people.
Oh, that's messed up.
So then they got all the controversy, and then they was like, "Oh, okay." They went back and redid the movie with the CGI little people,
which was stupid.
And
they released it.
No, this is before. So they posted pictures of what the dwarves are gonna look like. They took that out because those people are still in the movie. They just had to reshoot hella other scenes with actual CGI dwarves. The people that they shot it with became the band of merry men. They kept them in the movie, but they just changed their names.
That's whack.
Yeah. Hella weird. So
they spent $300 million on that bullshit.
Yeah, so probably 150.
Fucking execs, bro.
Yeah, super bomb.
Fucking shit up.
Yeah.
Should have just used little people, bro.
Yeah, man. They cat it off, man.
Yeah, man. They don't need work. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I was listening to this little person. He a comedian. I forgot bro name, but he was saying that. Cause I forgot which brother that played
Peter Dinklage.
Yeah,
he was the one that
he said Peter Dinklage ruined it for little people, bro. He said ever since he started complaining about like, cause he don't take like normal like they call it dwarf roles. You know what I mean?
He took it for Game of Thrones though.
He did for Game, but
out of pocket.
But that's not the character. You feel me? It's he a dwarf obviously, and that's his character. That's who he is. But you know that could have been a regular person. Like he don't like he wouldn't have played one of the 7 dwarfs. Like you feel me? Because like that's particularly like they dwarves. You know what I'm saying? But bro was like, bro, what about like we want them roles? Like you feel me? Like that's you taking
those
money out our pocket
out for us.
Yeah. So he like, bro, you need to shut up.
That was a big controversy.
But that was him trying to get like equality as far as like he don't want to be pigeonholed to
type shit.
But he is like that's like Denzel saying something like that. Like you're
I ain't
the
doing
top
no
of
black roles.
That's like you're the top dwarf. You know what I'm saying? You're the end all be all. Yeah. So for you to speak for all of us is OD.
Yeah, nigga, we trying to get our careers popping.
Yeah. So that didn't come out till way later too.
To the point where they got a CGI.
They even did this.
Instead of paying for more actors, they still went CGI.
They even did that with Wonka.
Yeah, they made one. He wasn't really a dwarf though either. Like he is kind of. They made like
he was like
they just copy
midget.
and pasted.
I mean, not midget.
So it was the same character that played all the Oompa Loompas.
But hey, so serious question: when you CGI,
no, I was talking about my fault. I was talking about the new one with Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, it was just.
It was one, yeah.
It was a regular. It was the beginning though. It wasn't like they didn't show all the Oompa Loompas.
No, they just showed one.
Yeah. That was. I don't
But
have.
he was a.
They made it like an actual. It wasn't a dwarf though. They made it like an elf.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That was weak to me.
Yeah.
And serious question: when you say CGI dwarfs, are they like people that they're putting effects on to make them look shorter, or is it really just fake people that CGI?
Fake people, because it's the uncanny valley. It's those type of characters that when you look at them, it's like this is lightweight scary. They look kind of terrifying.
Oh,
yeah, just watch the trailer. A kid's movie. You get a chance, watch the trailer for the new Snow White, and you be like, "What the fuck?" Like it was like something from like 2009. Like whoa.
And they spent 150 million on
when you
that.
do motion capture,
These niggas out here
that's
starving.
what you're talking about. Motion capture is when you add the CGI on top of somebody that's real.
Like Elf, right? That's what they did with Elf, right?
Elf.
Will Ferrell.
I think that was more practical. I think that was camera
all
work.
practical.
Yeah, I think that was camera work.
There was no CGI people in there.
Yeah, I think that was just.
Yeah,
it's like
that was camera tricks.
the Lord of the Rings camera work, bro. The Lord of the Rings do camera work.
Yeah,
There was nobody in there that was CGI?
No,
I don't think so. I think that was all camera work,
and
bro.
CGI. That's all camera work. I can make you look
the
like
same-
a giant compared to me.
The same thing with Lord of the Rings, bro.
Yeah.
Like they had the way they was shooting, like when they was on the wagons and shit. Like they'll have it's like they
use kids too.
Yeah, sometimes they
will
use kids too. Yeah, sometimes
so you get a certain angle, you can just put a kid in
but
that same.
some niggas
outfit.
be finessing
Think
that
about
shit.
it. They did the same thing with Fast and Furious. They kept making Vin Diesel look just as big as The Rock. When in real life, we know he is a hobbit compared to The Rock.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Like, think about it. It's all angle effects.
CGI, Jose, you gonna 100% tell like, okay, that's CGI. It's like
That's why I think that's why I was like questioning it, because there were some parts where I was just like, this. It clearly made him just look
way bigger, right? That's camera trick.
No, not even that. There was some. I think it was it made somebody look smaller. There was somebody, I can't remember a scene when they made somebody look smaller, and I was like, oh, that's clearly CGI.
When he was in the North Pole, that was all camera tricks. Because everybody, nobody in this North Pole was a dwarf. Everybody was regular people. They just made him look dumbass taller. That's just camera
They
work.
be finessing that shit, bro. That should be clean.
Which card is motion capture? The Avatar movies with the blue people. That's not all CGI. That's why it looks better than regular CGI, because you have a person that's actually playing. You just have all the dots on their faces and stuff, so they can get all the reactions or whatever. All right,
What's up, Sandy?
Speaking of the little people, did
Yellow,
you
who's good,
did y'all
Yellow?
hear that?
Sandy?
What's her name?
The dude that actually played Chucky passed away.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
I can't think of it
Ed
either.
something. I feel like, yeah, but he not Ed,
For a long time, I did not know.
It was the scenes where Chucky was running around.
I did not know that was a person. I always thought they just had the doll like on some animatronic type shit.
Chucky was getting down some of the scenes.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
See?
Oh, shit.
That was an actual person dressed as Chucky, bro, maneuvering through and shit.
So when they did
that definitely had to be camera work too, man.
No, so when they just recently did the TV show, it's some scenes where they absolutely use the actual small person for some of Chucky's scenes. Because some scenes where he's running across the room, or like he is doing something like sneakily, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh shit. So it's more terrifying, but you shoot it, you do the same camera tricks, but you got a person in a costume with a mask on. You know what I'm saying?
Because it definitely was some real camera tricks. Because the way he was coming off was like he was this tall, and you know, ain't no little person this tall. You know what I'm saying? But he looked like he was a real dog.
So the thing is, it's way harder to do that though. Like you gotta get a real nigga, like a cinematographer, and everybody has to be working in sequence to get some CGI.
Be crazy.
Yeah, CGI. You feel me? You could just hire the studio and they can put that shit together, depending on how like much time you have and how much money you got. You feel me? They can make that shit look crazy, but it ain't gonna never look.
They got studios that's better than others.
Yeah.
Like the Industrial Light and Magic. That's what the George Lucas used. Yeah. That's what I think James Cameron used too. That's the people over in the city right now.
And you got to pay hella money for them.
Yeah, but the more money you pay, the more time you get, and that coincide with each other. You want as much time as you can get with CGI, because you try to do something too fast. You can get the top niggas to do it, but if you do it too fast, like I need it by next month.
It's gonna look ugly, because that's why CGI movies be taking, like the good ones take a year at least to come up.
Shit, the last more than Avatar movie took 10 years.
Oh yeah, Avatar is like here when it comes to CGI. Avatar is like
peak.
But see,
that's just peak.
But even what you saying right there, because like we was watching Final Destination, and I'm like, oh man, they was able to get Candyman in here, and then Chanel like, nah, you tripping, he died. And I'm like, well, when do you think they filmed this? And I'm like, hey, you know what I'm saying? And then plus I'm like, with something like this with all these effects, it takes time, you know, to shoot this. So you already know they been shot this, you know what I'm saying? And that's when we was able to find out that information. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, a lot of stuff is shot.
Think about it, they tried to rush the Sonic movie. Then when they
the first
showed
Sonic?
when they showed, and then when they showed what Sonic was gonna look like
Niggas
originally,
was like, hell no.
man,
What is that?
back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Give it. Let this cook a little bit more.
Sonic, the people that make Sonic make more money now because they respected what the fans said and went back and made him look more better. And so
Way better.
People go out of their way, even if they don't like the movie, they go out of their way to go watch those movies because of what they did. Like, you know what? Y'all listen to what we had to say.
And I loved
mistake.
it. I love Sonic 1.
Yeah,
That shit was fire.
I love all the Sonics.
Yeah,
so
bro.
far,
My
I
daughter
fuck with
to
every
watch
single
Sonic
one.
3 like
Sonic
once
2
a
is
week.
fire.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think it's smart to do that, to give a little,
One into
still
it.
photos, trailers and shit, to get a feel for it and see what they feel and
Yeah, for
adjust.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because in the long run, you know what I mean, you knowing your audience is gonna pay off. You know what I'm saying? With the Lilo and Stitch shit, what y'all saying makes even more sense, like we mentioned earlier, because who's the audience? The kids. You know what I'm saying? So they not tripping. You know
They
what I
know
mean?
once the word, once some kid, you bringing your kid. When I say more than half the audience was kids, I'm talking about it was crying babies. I'm like, oh, that's hella shit.
The kids not gonna notice the two, you know what I mean?
But they was
give a
like
fuck.
this.
They just like,
There was a kid that cried in my theater
mine too.
off certain scenes. Like they cried.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Crazy.
It was like somebody was taking their daughter to the bathroom and it was like, wait, are we gonna come back and see Lilo? I'm like, oh yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
This movie about to make. I'm talking about they're gonna be coming back to back. Like we gonna go see it again next weekend. You know what I'm saying?
I'm being that motherfucker. Like,
can't put it on
by
Disney Plus
myself,
fast
no
enough.
kids. They gonna be like, we gotta watch this nigga. Who is this?
Nigga,
in the theater with no kids.
I'm just doing it for the pod.
you better borrow one of your nieces or nephews. For real.
we got back to the
Kids.
house. The kids was like, put Lilo and Stitch on. I'm like, bro, the movie is in theaters right now.
Yeah.
Like right now on Disney Plus, you can watch like the making of or a special feature, and it looked like it's the movie. Like, oh, that's right there. I'm like, no, it's not the movie. It's just like 5 minutes of special features. You know what I'm saying? So they tripping. They didn't want to go see it again. You know what I mean?
Damn near gotta play it just so you can prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah. Nah.
They did that
But
with
we've
the-
been playing the original back to back to back, and they tuned in. You know what I'm saying? They like, oh wait, the story is a lot deeper than what we saw. Like, you know what I'm saying? They can pick up more. Like, oh, it's longer than what we saw in theaters, so it's more to grab onto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's
All
up.
right, y'all. Y'all ready to get into this? Let's get into this Diddy trial real quick. It's it's crazy, but I mean, as far as this week that's coming up, we had like the biggest ones was Kid Cudi,
Yeah.
Kid Cudi testimony. So Stacks, I'll let you take it from here. What you got? Let me go run upstairs real quick. Go ahead, dog, big dog.
Man, Jose, what you? I'm curious in what y'all think after hearing or getting the caveats from what Cudi had to say on that stand, bro.
Bruh, that shit was hilarious. They said, "Oh, motherfucker,
No, wait.
Bruh, this nigga Kid Cudi had me crying, bruh. That nigga said that nigga went to his house and opened up all his presents. This nigga is petty, bruh. This nigga Diddy ain't shit, bruh.
You think that
gotta
shit
go.
is true about what they said about what Diddy did to his dog?
I didn't hear about that. You know, it's funny. I didn't even get to that. Somebody said they were going to explain that, but what happened with the dog?
Supposedly Diddy did something inhumane to that dog.
Bruh, the nigga did the with bruh from Family Guy, the grandpa. You know that nigga dog.
I'm just like,
Diddy, you a wild boy, bro.
I don't know about
was
that
that
one.
was that in here? Was that last week where somebody showed the court drawing where they said Diddy did a handstand?
What?
That wasn't here. Okay, that must have been at work then. They showed it, bro. Like, you know how they showed the court, unless somebody was just catting off and made their own court. They said that nigga did a full handstand in the court, and I'm just like,
it's too much of that, man. That's hella funny
Yeah,
though.
because you can't decide. Because this nigga's so freaky, you can't decipher what's real and what's not. It's like I could believe anything at this point. The nigga was out there. You feel me?
no, Chop. I'm not
crazy
100% sure that he actually like did something sexual with that man's dog, but I heard that he like hurt his dog.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go to that's why I didn't necessarily say in this. That's why I just said inhumane.
But I guess we gotta unwind that situation we talking about. Pretty much, Cudi Capricorn Clark got wind that Cassie was talking to Cudi, and they was more so texting. I guess she was texting Capricorn about it, and Capricorn like, why are you talking to me right now? We on a bad boy phone. You know what I'm saying? Go get a burner. And she went and got her a burner phone. You know what I'm saying? So she could be with Cudi. You know what I'm saying? And then I guess Diddy got wind of it. See, that's another thing that almost seemed like Capricorn. I'll say this about Capricorn later, but yeah, I guess Diddy got wind of it. Was like, where's she at? We about to go get her. Whoop. And I guess we about to go get Cudi. And then that's when they went to Cudi's house. You know what I'm saying? I guess the door was unlocked. They went in there supposedly, and then while they went in there, Capricorn called Cassie on the burner and was just like, hey, they in this nigga house, right? They're about to, you know what I'm saying, cat off or whatever. I don't know what they doing. And whatever, right? And then I guess right after that, she changed her name. She changed Cassie's name in her phone to like her best friend Stormy or whatever, so Diddy wouldn't get on. But then Diddy saw her on the phone, was like, "Who the fuck you talking to?" Called the number back, and then it was I guess it was Cassie, or I guess everything when all this was happening, Cudi came back and seen these niggas there and sped off. They followed this nigga, lost him, and then I guess he ended up going back to his house because the police was called. I guess he seen the cops was there, so he ended up coming back. I guess he was comfortable after, you know, this nigga ain't gonna kill me in front of the cops. Like, you know, I guess that's what he was thinking. And then that's when he said that he went open his like gifts that was in his house randomly or whatever. But other than that, it was like everything was whatever. And then I guess a little bit after that is when the arson happened on his Porsche, and they said that the roof was cut open, and then somebody threw an old English bottle in there with Molotov cocktail. Yeah, Molotov cocktail.
Apparently he locked his dogs in the bathroom too. Saying
he cut. He cut a hole in his roof.
So that's the thing.
Other Porsche.
Yeah.
How? What?
It's leather.
Yeah.
It's leather.
It's like a drop top.
So that's another thing too.
So check super strict.
So check.
He got a can of
You thought he pulled Any Given Sunday with the chainsaw?
Hey, but check this out. When they checked the DNA on the shit, they said it was a DNA of a female, right? And
what?
I guess they checked some type of fingerprint somewhere
on the Porsche,
in the Porsche or the bottle. I don't know, something around when they checked something for prints, and they said it was a female of prints, but I guess there was a glove in there too, and somebody said that was Cudi's driving glove, right? So they didn't test it. Right, but then it was like, should they have tested it? You know, whatever, right? And then something happened where they tried to like throw hints on when somebody was questioning. There's a DNA. I guess when they took the DNA, there's a DNA card that LAPD had, and then I guess later on somebody tried to access it, and it's gone. They got rid of it. So now it's like, did Diddy pay for somebody to get rid of it? Right, but then there's another theory where it's like, did they get rid of it to make it seem like Diddy paid somebody to make him look bad? So it's like, yeah. So it's like, what is it? But shit, it's LAPD. You know what I'm saying? First of all, and then that for some random reason that DNA evidence pertaining to that disappeared. You know what I'm saying? So it's shit like that. You know, and then that's just crazy.
This nigga diabolical.
And they talked about hella different shit. Like even with that's what I was gonna say with the Capricorn Clark shit. Honestly, bruh, listening to it, it almost seemed like Diddy was fucking everybody, and it almost seemed like Capricorn, because technically Capricorn was Diddy's assistant, right? And at that time, Cassie was Diddy's artist. That, and you know, shit, you fucking with Diddy, you fucking with my artist. Like, he needs something done for her, and she helping Diddy out by taking care of her, whatever she got to do. But after a while, Cassie started saying shit with her chest. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of like, you know what I mean? Talk, and this is what act compared it to. Imagine your boss, imagine he's a man, and his wife comes around, and she almost kind of like, damn near like is demanding the same respect that her husband's getting, almost as if she is the boss, right? So it's like, it was almost like that shit. I guess Cassie was giving off that energy, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not the employee no more. Like, y'all bitches work for me no more. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
All the shit she had to go through.
But it seemed like Capricorn was like getting mad. That's not what they're saying. It's just kind of what it seemed like. It almost seemed like she was just, because how did Diddy know about the burner? you know what I'm saying? It's like, wait, hold on, nobody said nothing about that. Like, how did he get wind of that? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like maybe Capricorn spilled the beans to, you know what I'm saying? And then I guess she wasn't feeling that Diddy got rid of her, but the only reason why Diddy brought her back was because Cassie wanted her back. And she felt some type of way about that. You know what I'm saying? You know, and because it was kind of like I said, it was more so like I'm working for Diddy and assisting you. Now I got to come back and I'm working for her now. And you know what I mean? It's so that it was, I don't know, it's a little shit.
Bruh, what about, I heard that she said that she got the incurable UTI from the shit that they was doing.
That came out like last week.
Nigga.
Yeah.
What?
I watched
what is that?
Shout out Sandy, because I watched one of her videos talking about like people that recently just took the stand, like some of the assistants and some of the people that was working. I think it was a what's it called when you get her dressed? What are the people that
Stylist?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was a male and a female, and they were saying that they caught Diddy like putting hands on Cassidy multiple times, and
it was a dude named Deontay that spoke to that.
Yeah, exactly. And he tried to intervene a couple of times, and Diddy kind of like pushed him off, and he was like, "Look what y'all made me do. Like y'all the reasons why I'm beating the shit out of her," type shit. And so I don't.
And he threatened to leak sex tapes.
Yeah,
and then somebody I guess this the part where like certain stories was corroborating whatever, because it was like they was like, I guess Diddy threatened to leak her sex tapes, and I guess bruh mentioned to Cassie like, well, why would he do that? Isn't he would be in the tapes too? And Cassie was like, no, it was with other men. So it's like these stories just kind of like, you know what I'm saying, molding together. Yeah. You know, so that was like, okay.
I'm still leaning towards the story of them trying to build up a profile to lead towards the bigger case here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to eventually, like I said, they're going to drag this man's name through the mud as much as they can before they have to get into the meat and potatoes of everything they want to put against him, as far as like, because they pretty much got him on the sex trafficking.
On demery. They got this nigga on devilry.
They got him on racketeering and the sex shit. But the racketeering is the only thing the racketeering is the only thing that pertains to the RICO case. Yeah.
Did you hear about the plastic surgery shit?
Nah.
They said that this nigga was beating the shit out of her so bad. And apparently same thing happened with Kim Porter too. You know what I'm saying? I guess he was beating it. He had a fucking plastic surgeon on speed dial. You know what I'm saying? Flew him in right away or whatever. I guess to the point to where they wouldn't heal normally or properly. You know what I'm saying? So he would fly in that plastic surgeon to, you know what I'm saying, make it look right. That shit is crazy.
This nigga's a demon, boy.
Tell me, bro, he a movie character, bro. Hearing all these stories.
You was on it. I was like, let me check a couple of things out, because I just, like I said, I wanted to be more informed. Since like the past weeks, I've really been waiting for something like OD crazy. Because I mean, as far as like Cassie coming to testify, Kid Cudi, that's been some highlights, and I think the dude named the Punisher. But like I want to, I'm like I said, wild, this is like the new age OJ Simpson. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we're gonna probably cover it each week. But I am waiting for something to be like, oh damn, this is like
it's day by day.
Yeah, like I said. So I'm just
damning.
I'm kind of like you, Sandy. You make sure y'all check out Sandy's channel. Put your channel in the chat, Sandy. But
hey man,
she been on every single thing, you know what I'm saying? Going live as much as she can and talking about every like intricate details as far as like the charges and everything. So Sandy, I see you, but like at the same time, I'm just waiting for those highlight moments. So bro, honestly, we can laugh and talk about it.
Nah, let's laugh because I got some shit to say.
Yeah.
Bro, Capricorn Clark, bro, these is like superhero names, bro.
Yeah.
The Punisher, like what is going? This nigga really a Marvel villain, blood.
Punisher got his name from basketball, so he not even the Punisher from dancing.
Nah,
he got it from hoop. So
what? It's you just kept it. It's a sex work. You just
for sure.
You just segued it.
Absolutely keeping that name.
You know, I see where you're going as far as waiting for the big headlines, but I think it's funny. I took a complete different approach. I was like, I'm gonna just because it helped because I'm at work listening to this shit, so I'm able to listen to the details and stuff like that. So it's just I see what you're saying as far as kind of sitting back and just waiting for something to kind of almost hit you in the face.
I think it's because I was been following since it happened. So
Yeah.
3 weeks of just listening in,
Yeah.
leading up to Cassie,
Yeah.
leading up to Kid Cudi. It's almost repeating the same story,
Yeah.
but it's just getting a little bit freakier every time.
But I think niggas.
So I'm not really surprised by anything anymore.
Niggas
I'm
be
like, I'm
forgetting
waiting.
that most trials is like boring as fuck. Like I think the rest of it is gonna be kind of boring. Like I think they got all the shit, like the wild shit this nigga was doing. Like niggas got the shock factor out the way. I think the rest of the trial probably gonna just be boring as fuck. You feel
We
me?
gonna see. I don't know. It might be like I said. They might bring in people that we don't expect.
I
to bring in.
heard-
Like, they keep bringing
like,
people to
they
testify.
I heard Lauren London part of that shit too, but man, that's what I said. We're gonna see. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see.
If Laura London come and
Because
testify,
There's rumor that they was into
Crazy.
that Nipsey and them was into that cup
Yeah,
shit.
if Nip get brought into this, that's what I'm. That's going for me. Like how you said, you waiting for something.
yeah,
That's gonna be.
that would be it.
But
that
this
would
nigga
be
Wack,
it.
this nigga Wack 100 said that shit. They said that this nigga was into that Nipsey. That was it. Nipsey. I don't know. I hear what you're saying, but I'm just saying that he allegedly said that it's a known fact amongst certain people that he was into that cuckold
Every
shit.
now and then I'll put Whack 100.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
All right,
But-
sometimes they be ODing.
Jack,
I'm
you
like,
are.
all right,
But I
come
mean,
on,
in the past, we've heard these stories about Lauren London. You know what I'm saying? As far as kicking it with him, and we know that Nipsey got a song with Diddy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That don't mean nothing. I understand, but
he
it's
must.
just
She gotta
interesting.
kill
And also
Lil
too,
Wayne. We know
one of Cassie's best friends, Lauren London. You know what I'm saying? So they saying they were saying allegedly
That's that
she
dirty money.
They saying
That's that
allegedly
real dirty money.
They were saying allegedly she might have been there. You one of the friends that was there. I don't know.
Diddy got the dirtiest
interesting.
money, nigga.
I'm gonna say the same thing I said from the kickoff of this trial. I'm waiting for Farnsworth.
Where is Farnsworth?
I'm gonna say this again.
See, Sandy know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, bruh. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the person that can really.
That nigga's in Bali, bro.
I'm telling you, you start bringing in other people that we know, like Lauren London, start name dropping and shit like that, bro. That's gonna throw
Because Mace knows some shit too, but Mace not about to. He ain't coming to
You think
testify.
you think they gonna talk to Shine?
No. Like I said, there's some niggas they just not. Shine not gonna say nothing. Shine, he ain't a snitch. I mean, he just did all these years. You think he gonna start snitching now?
I mean, he already pretty much then said it was Diddy's fault while he went.
Yeah, but he ain't about to go on and testify. It's not out of his character. Like he not like I said. Same with Mace. Like I mean, I know some shit, but it's not where I'm not coming in.
Cameron
But
say
I
he
just
took you
trust
shopping.
Yeah,
Nah. The funniest one where this nigga said that when Cameron went to Mace's room and he went into the bathroom and it was a dildo in there.
Yeah. That's probably the most famous story.
Cam be roasting that nigga every time. Like, bro, what you doing?
Hey man,
Now I'm skeptical, my
we gonna
nigga.
see. I'm gonna keep my eyes open because they said supposedly there's some videos too. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. We gonna see.
The later it gets into the trial, like I said, this is technically week 4 or whatever. We gonna see. Like I said, we got our eyes to the ground and we got Sandy out here making moves.
Leo.
So yeah, we gonna see. We
so
gonna
I
like I
know
said, we
Sandy
gonna
on it,
wait. We gonna wait. Make sure y'all follow Sandy.
Lauren London.
And you know Bieber.
Bruh,
Bieber. Yeah, Bieber's
speaking of names and doing some unquestionable things with partying. Did you see how they got Stephon Diggs on that video?
Oh yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing.
This man, Stephon Diggs, is on a boat.
The bad ones.
With a group of baddies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about what's my name, and he making them call him daddy or whatever, right? And then they blurred it out, but he brings out some kind of mysterious bag, and the girls was like, oh, and he was like, yeah, don't eat the whole thing. You take a half. You take a half.
Guess what it was though? That Diddy drug, that Tusi, that pink powder.
Wow.
So it's like, come on, and so mind you, like. And why it's doing real numbers and rounds right now is because the coach of the Patriots, who he's currently signed for, they asked him about it during a press conference. So now it's like the NFL it's like, you know what I mean? It's like it's gonna be more of an eye on this. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
like, what are you doing, bro? Like,
you out here drugging bitches.
like you know what I mean? Like
He literally pulled it out.
Like,
she
bruh,
took it out of his
legit.
hand and he was like, don't take too much of it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, after y'all done, come back. It was like shit like that. You know, he's pretty much being the man. But it was just like, bro, it's clearly a camera right in front of you,
with
bro.
the cameras, bro.
Yeah.
that's what I'm first
And the
off.
camera wasn't that far from him, bro.
It's like this far away, bro.
Yeah. Bro,
It's not, yeah,
telling
like
you,
for
bro,
real, like
yeah.
that. It was I'll show you the video after the pod, bro.
Yeah,
He look, bro. It's legit. Like it's right here.
If motherfuckers get in trouble for this type of shit,
Nigga got pink cocaine.
They had it coming because y'all way too loose with y'all work.
And look at Cardi B left her husband for this nigga. Blood. He out here giving pink cocaine to bitches.
Well, she probably with it. She probably with that
literally
shit.
about to say,
but she left him for cheating.
Is turned up.
Left 2 for cheating.
Offset.
Yeah.
And now you fucking with this nigga. He over here giving bitches cocaine.
Say if Offset was a particular dude, like I don't do that.
Exactly.
Versus somebody like, hey, I'm out here. You can fuck with me if you want.
And this nigga in the NFL.
All the time.
That nigga
do that all the time.
Got real money.
Like you said, you don't do it, but I'm holding you to that.
He in the NFL, super athlete.
And Stephon Diggs seems like somebody that's unapologetic. Be like, you can fuck with me, but I be fucking with other bitches too. You know what I'm saying? He probably just let them know what time it was.
Also went about it the wrong way because he married her and tried to play faithful. Got caught. Apologized, went through that whole shit. Oh, I'm not gonna do it again, and then got caught doing the same shit.
That's what I said.
Again.
It's a difference because they was married. You feel me? All right, it's a difference between somebody you just fucking around with, and they go out and fuck with some other bitches.
That's what I'm saying. Husband. You know what I mean? It was completely different.
If he got, like I said, if he got a stand, like this is how I am. I'm not about to change. If you still want to get down, we can get down. People marry into that all the time.
How you met me is how the fuck I am. Don't come and be no choir boy and everything at the beginning. And then when you want to turn up and be an asshole. What the fuck? Nah, bro. If you an asshole, be an asshole at the beginning. We
agreeing on the same thing. Like, that's what I'm saying though. Like, so it's probably not no surprise to her that he's chilling with other girls and doing this and doing that because they're probably not even in an actual relationship. They just kicking it right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
and that nigga's a world class athlete. You know that nigga go run 100 yards right now. Offset was out there struggling with curls,
but also too, like we mentioned earlier, this nigga got real money. You know what I'm saying? It's not none of that rapper shit. You know what I'm saying? So Cardi know what time it is.
It's been some.
I was going.
Oh yeah, I'll ask you off camera about this. Just remind me about the Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert and Aaron Pierre shit. Just refresh my memory when we done because I want to ask y'all take on something I heard.
Did everybody get a chance to see the Tory Lanez video?
Yeah,
that shit was crazy.
Yeah, him getting stabbed up.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
They released a video of him getting stabbed
crazy,
up.
Bro.
Yeah, it's just
he walked away. First off,
yeah,
damn.
Yeah, sometimes like the adrenaline. So you don't
really. But
wouldn't
you think because all that adrenaline pumping, like you would be bleeding so much?
I don't think you bleed like that when you do it with the adrenaline. It's like also I think it's more.
It depends.
It kind of coagulates.
It depends on where you get hit.
Yeah, I got hit like 17 times.
Yeah, I know, but shit.
But like I said, until you, like the adrenaline is what keep you alive too. That's why people.
True.
When you about to die, you take that adrenaline. It'll bring you back. Even when you about to pass out, it'll wake you up.
Especially depending on what type of knife he had too. I'm sure it was just some like weak ass shank.
Yeah, but it wasn't deep enough to
punch his lung. But you don't have to go that deep to punch your lung.
Yeah, for sure.
Your lung right here. You just get through the rib. Yeah, it's right there.
You know, I don't know.
Well, shit. Hopefully, Tory Lanez.
I didn't see the video. That's crazy.
That shit got released, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy to watch. Yeah. Like I said, all the shit that's coming out with him, and like I said, his life getting put in danger. If he really didn't, hopefully he get like a second trial where they can like, because there's one thing where you like, I didn't do it, but I'm not gonna say who did do it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can say I didn't do it, but I'm not also at the same time I'm not gonna tell you who did do it. Yeah. It wasn't for sure me. So sometimes that can kind of backfire on you. Like, well, if you're not gonna tell us nothing, you gonna go down for it.
They do that all the time.
Yeah, for sure. So hopefully with this, his life being in danger, I heard they're gonna move him anyway. They're gonna move him to a safer facility. But at the same time, if he did not have anything to do with this, hopefully, if he didn't, hopefully this is like the stepping stone for him getting out.
Did y'all hear why he got stabbed though? They said he was talking about bro wife or something.
And I heard that was
something else.
Yeah, I heard that was
bro supposedly got interviewed by I forgot who it was, or TMZ or something like that. But then they was questioning the legitimacy of that because they was just like, how is this nigga available to be interviewed? Wouldn't he be in a hole or something like that?
So I heard the thing about something that had to do with bruh's wife, but I heard that it wasn't Tory necessarily like talking bad about bruh's wife. I heard it was something like one of the theories I heard it was over like Tory had got a phone in there.
Yeah.
And he was letting bruh use his phone to communicate with his wife, but bruh was basically using the phone more than Tory was.
I can tell you exactly what bruh said too.
So Tory, I heard that Tory was like, nah, bruh, like you gotta tell her stop calling. Right. You can't be using my phone as much. Right. Like,
before you
which
go,
kind of makes sense.
Before you go, I heard before you say what actually happened. I also heard that this nigga Tory Lanez was like giving money to like all the black inmates and shit, and I heard it was like a hit almost. Like they was trying to like basically not have the black people like come up.
It's a lot of stories.
So pretty much this what all right. So this what bruh said. First of all, like I said, they question if it's really bruh because they said bruh should be in the hole somewhere anyways, right? But bruh, they played the clip. He said that Tory Lanez told him that he put money on his head because he heard that Mexican bruh put money on Tory Lanez's head. So he pretty much was like, I heard you put some money and I paid double what you paid. You see what I'm saying? So now it's on your head now. You know what I mean? And that's what they said supposedly happened 2 days before, and then I guess something happened. There was a mix up or something like that. I guess he said they supposedly was cool after that, and then I guess they bro was outside of his Tory Lanez was outside of his cell, and like he said something to him. They kind of said something back, and then bro started walking into his cell, but then he seen from behind or the corner of his eye, Tory Lanez was like following him, and then I guess that's when bro like was defending himself or whatever, and that's when he started attacking Tory supposedly. That's what bruh said. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, it was like, was that really him?
Okay. All right. Well, like I said, hopefully Tory Lanez get out.
Hey, no, for real, Sandy. I bet he will use that picture as an album cover.
Okay. Oh, make sure y'all
the bloody torso.
Okay. Yeah. That'll be clean. Make sure everybody in the chat, make sure y'all tap in with Sandy's channel. Follow her because, like I said, she's keeping you guys up to date as far as all the controversy, especially with the Diddy trial, and she's on it like crazy. Stacks, let's get into this streamer university. It's been pretty crazy within the last couple of weeks. What you got for us? So
first off, I have to commend Kai Cenat for trying to do something that's not been done before. Like 100%. That kid is he might not have started off as the most popular person from that A&P house. Everybody, Duke Dennis is probably the most prolific name that we know is coming out of the A&P group. Just because of how his riz and shit he is with the females and all this other nonsense. But the fact that Kai is actually like, he's trying to help streamers like really generate some. He's not being greedy. He's basically giving them the recipe like, pay attention, like you can really blow up off this shit. He became a multi-millionaire in like the least amount of time, and like so the fact that he was trying to put everybody in one huge. Somebody's gonna buy the rights to this. It's gonna either be on Netflix. It's gonna be on something. They're gonna make a show out of it. Yeah, for sure. Like he was spot on for what he was trying to do, but it's just I feel like he didn't. I'm not going to say he didn't think too far into the future on it. I just feel like he put too much trust in certain people that he brought on to be like all the top streamers should have been professors. None of them should have been students.
Okay. So like Duke Dennis, DDG?
Like DDG, Funny Mike shouldn't have been part of he should have been like the
Reggie.
He should have been like the PE teacher or a counselor or something. He shouldn't have been a student.
Question.
Like, you know what I mean?
Question, because it's funny you say that. Because I didn't hear too much about it, but I did see that there's a video of a dude who tried to sign up for it or whatever. And he posted like a video complaining because he said that pretty much Kai was picking all his friends and all people that was already known. You know what I'm saying? To be the students. So that kind of adds to what you're saying as far as like there should have been teachers. So maybe they could have brought in some up and coming streamers we don't know.
He brought in a lot of up and coming people that I never
that's
had.
Cap. Yeah, whatever, bro. Bro's capping.
Or maybe he was just salty.
No. He
brought in hella like niggas. He didn't
brought almost like the freshmen of the double XL. But like since we never did this before, let's get the legends in here so people could like. First of all, people are known, but streaming is not known like that. Like you ask a random person who DDG is or Duke Dennis, they're gonna be like, "The fuck is that? But but you be like, see, this is a streaming thing. Like, you know who Kai Cenat is, you know who iShowSpeed is. These are the people who kind of started the foundation too. So if this is gonna be our first magazine cover, let's have them on there, plus the up and comers. Well, so I get what Stacks is saying. Like, you probably could have brought them in as professors because they already established. They're really good.
They don't need the bread.
They don't really need it.
They don't need the exposure.
But for some reason, they don't need it. But it won't. It's not gonna. It's definitely gonna help them out though still too, because everybody's not Kai Cenat. Everybody's not iShowSpeed. Duke Dennis, DDG been doing it for the longest. He's supposed to be like the most highest paid, but he's not as famous as a Kai Cenat. But he killing it, you know what I'm saying? So it's good. Like, I respect it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we never had a freshman cover, let's get the real freshmen on there. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that kind of, this is the foundation, but these are the people that we recommend.
I agree.
Though, you know
I agree too. I agree with Stacks too, because the one nigga who really was fucking with it was the Asian nigga. Like, his class, agent, the one nigga, the nigga with the dreads. He's from AMP.
Oh, okay.
That nigga class was like a real class. He was actually teaching niggas how to make bread. Like, and niggas in his class was attentive. Like, you feel me? Because he was teaching niggas like the game. You feel me? But like Stack said, if he'd have had that, if he'd have had like DDG and all them other niggas doing that shit, then they probably would have took it more serious. You feel me? As opposed to motherfuckers just fucking around and wilding out. I heard niggas brought like fireworks in. Niggas was bringing in
like there was no reason. Like how look at it, like
was sneaking in fireworks.
He made Chicle and his girl students. They should have been teaching the class because they blew up organically together.
Right.
They already made it. Everybody knows. You're not up and coming. You guys already. It would have been like him. It'd have been like somebody doing a fucking comedy house and they got Drewski as a student opposed to being on the fucking panel or a judge. Like, no, nigga, like, why he don't need. There's nothing you can teach him. He's already there. He's at the top. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why I kind of like. But like you saying though, I'm thinking that's the way Kai was saying. Like, we ain't never did this. Let's bring the heavy hitters
to show what it's capable.
Because you still want it to be entertaining, but it's like, because I feel like Asian shit was less entertaining and more in like informational. You feel me? Because his shit wasn't funny. His shit was, he was literally just telling niggas like this how the game work. You feel me? And this is how you make money. Brandon deal. He was telling niggas about different streamings, how to stream. Feel me? He even broke down DDG how he get paid. He broke down this whole shit. I'm like, that's the class I take, nigga.
Like, having a concept, right? You know, but somebody can come in and buy this because the concept is crazy. Like, this is a crazy concept. But like, just because Kai Cenat came up with it, he teamed up with whoever to actually mass produce it. He might have not understood the capability of it.
You heard he came out with a video about that. He said Netflix. He said hella nigga tried to buy it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I bet.
He said hella nigga tried to buy it. He said, but he said the reason he didn't sell it is because I forgot. He said that just like imagine what it's worth if niggas are trying to buy it. He either said something like that or he said like, basically, it's a new thing, and he gonna keep it where it's at. You feel me?
Yeah. If anything, you'll probably make more money keeping it and like developing it. Like you said, like we just starting it, but we don't know the strong versus the weak parts of it. But then like, now that we're seeing it, it's letting it play out. He's gonna learn over time. Like, okay, this is where it hit at.
You take all the risks,
all the considerations or whatever. Like what we saying right now, like make these people professors versus making them a part of the class, and this is gonna go crazier. You know what I'm saying? Because people, you say, okay, who want to be a part of Stream University next year? It's gonna go crazy, but it's also gonna make people put out more content. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna make people be more creative. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm trying to make it to Stream University, so that can literally be a real life reality TV show. Even if he don't want to sell it, he can partner with a Hulu, a Netflix, and do something like Mr. Beast. You know what I'm saying? They can go crazy. Start their own program or their own network with this. You know what I mean? You don't have to sell or partner up all the time. But if you able to kind of can see where this can go, see how strong it is, like, oh, people really fucking with this. Just you gotta lock in, you know what I'm saying, and capitalize off of it. So I absolutely fuck with Kai for doing this, bro. It's so fire. I don't know if iShowSpeed was a part of it, but he should.
Was everybody like, how was y'all watching it on his live?
Nah.
Like when you saw the class,
I was seeing clips.
Okay. But is everybody that's there, whether it be the students or the teachers, is everybody live streaming?
Everybody is live.
You can watch it from this person's perspective.
So everybody eating at the same time too.
100%.
They just had too many knuckleheads, bro. Like the niggas who broke in the agent room and fucked it, stole all this shit. And that's why agent went into their room and like they tried to pour like flour on this nigga. He started beating till he beat two niggas up. But this is the only nigga that was really trying to give game. You feel me? And then I heard somebody got shot in the eye with a gun somebody because they was sneaking in shit. Like they snuck in like fireworks and then they snuck in one of those like them little rubber pellets. They snuck in one of them guns.
Somebody's found out where the campus was and snuck on and like started just causing mayhem. Like
yeah, niggas was wild.
Like you know what I'm saying?
They'll get a better handle on it and be able to kind of like.
But that's the problem. That's the thing about like. When you own something, you take all the risks. So anything that happened is on Kai. You feel me? As opposed to it being on Netflix or Hulu or whatever.
Yeah. It's only gonna get better though. They only gonna learn from the mistakes.
Right, exactly.
You know and they gotta be more secretive.
But when you say they took Asian shit, they literally took his shit or they was pranking him.
Nah, bro. So it's like everybody, even the professors and the people that he has like as his staff, everybody's in a dorm room. It's like he legit. I don't know where the fuck he rented out of college at, but it's legit.
It's a real college.
It's a real college. It's real classrooms.
This nigga Kai go crazy.
Dorm rooms, everything, bro. Like legitimately, like India Love got her own dorm room. Duke Dennis got his own dorm room.
Was that a real video with India Love and DDG hide or somebody was hiding in the closet?
Yeah, DDG.
That was real.
That was real. Yeah. Tyson that is the dean, so it's supposed to be funny. Like he acting like the principal, like the dean. You feel me? So anything that happened, this nigga just be popping up on niggas. You feel me? You know, like and he got the Hogwarts. He got the Gryffindor robes on. Like he really acting like the dean and shit. So anything that's popping off is funny. You feel me? But he taking it serious. You feel me? But it's also entertaining. So, but like I said, I think Agent was the only one that was really like doing it like as a teacher. You feel me? Because he was really giving a game. So, I respect that nigga more. I
just hope they don't, like I said, I hope they don't sell. I just hope they learn from what transpired and understand like this is a big deal. Y'all a big deal. Don't just take no chump change. If you is gonna sell, make sure you get top dollar. You still involved. You get some type of percentage. You still be a producer or whatever.
Because this is $1 billion idea
for sure. So like I said, that's something you shouldn't really like sell like that. So like I said, it's genius. Before it gets too late, we got a couple of questions that we want to ask. Me and Stacks we're talking about a couple of things that some shit that kind of went viral or whatever over the weekend. I'll get my question out the way real quick. It's just random. I'm like, this is funny. I want to see what y'all think though. But real quick, who do you got? 5 prime Shaquille O'Neal's versus 5 prime Stephen Curry's. Who you got winning?
Hooping, right?
Yes, for sure. 100%.
Just a regular 5-on-5?
Yep. 5 prime Shaqs, 5 prime Curry's.
They both not gonna be. Ain't gonna be no defense in that game. Cause
I'm not gonna lie, just solely off maneuverability and how the floor is gonna be spread, I would have to give it to the 5 Currys because Shaq is gonna have to come out that paint. If you leave Curry open, that's the dumb. You're losing. You're not gonna score no buckets.
Yeah, if it's an NBA 5-on-5 game and where the loser get the ball and take it out. Like, Shaq can't score enough twos, nigga. Like, nigga gonna be bombing this nigga from 3 the whole time.
I would say I'm more on the Shaq side because I don't think Shaq will miss a dunk versus Curry possibly because he ain't getting no rebounds.
But Shaq also got to bring the ball up court.
Yes, he do. But if he structured it right, you got enough Shaqs layered out. It's 5 of them.
But he's
which Shaq? Which Shaq?
Prime Shaq.
Because Orlando Magic Shaq.
Prime Shaq
could take that ball up, no problem.
Okay, I'm not
disagreeing. We're talking the best Shaquille O'Neal.
I'm not disagreeing that. What happens when they're all good. All them Shaqs is gonna stand in the paint. They're not coming past the free throw line.
Magic Shaq, Orlando Magic Shaq.
Yeah.
Look at this though.
Curry come past half court, he's open. It's open season.
I'm not. First of all, I'm not saying I disagree with you, but I'm just kind of adding more to it.
And you got five of them.
I will pick Steph too, but I'm just trying to add some more just for the other side of the argument. I would say if it's Orlando Magic Shaq, that would make it interesting because he was way more.
I'll put it like
this:
four 2-pointers is 8 points. 4 3-pointers is 12 points. Right. So in numbers alone, he can make less shots, but he getting 4 points to your 8. Like, you know what I mean? Like
I said, I'm looking at it as like if Shaq really wanted to, he's scoring every single possession.
And what if you ran a zone? What if you ran a zone with 5 Orlando Magic Shaqs? That could be nasty.
It's over.
Yes, bro.
I mean,
you run a 3-2 zone.
But like I said,
he's
Curry,
still draining it.
I'm telling you,
look at what they have to do to contain an old Curry.
Answer me this one question.
Just for the sake of argument.
Wait. Who's more likely to miss? Shaq a dunk or a Curry a 3?
I mean, Curry.
Honestly, I just want to
Curry 3 for sure.
Curry 3.
That's all I'm saying.
But I'm saying he can't miss less.
Yeah,
he has that luxury because it's literally
Shaq,
more points.
Rim dunks, like he's dunked so hard that motherfucker goes shooting past back the other court.
Yeah, but he's not gonna have to do that because it's baby. It's
never, nigga. Prime Shaq cannot, bruh.
I'm going.
It's niggas today who point guards who can't guard Curry.
That's what Hess, bro. I'm
Shaq
telling
cannot
you,
guard Curry, man.
No Magic Shaq, bro.
I'm not disagreeing with the athleticism. I'm not disagreeing with that part.
It was out of pocket. I'm talking about when you see the highlights, bro. When you see we see definitely after this, we should just pull it up just so we can watch it because it was hella out of pocket how athletic he was when he first got to the league, bro. It was a cheat code, bro. But you know, the reason why I asked that though is because technically that wasn't prime Shaq. That was just prime shape Shaq. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't like as far as the game part, but like when it came, come down to
I'm glad you take that Shaq because it's just only Curry's. It's not like you got a
and then hold on, and then like Al said,
it's only one version versus one version.
If he fouling and send him to the line,
I'm fouling Shaq.
It's over. But there's no version of Shaq that was good at shooting free throws.
I'm gonna show you Shaq's shooting form when he played for the Magic. This nigga shot.
Respect it though. Don't forget this is Shaquille O'Neal. Niggas had to foul him dumbass hard. If you not strong enough to foul him, he's still
you just intentionally foul him before he get to half court.
Thank you.
He got to shoot the free. Foul this nigga. The hacker Shaq. That's what the hacker Shaq was.
I got you on that.
That's what I'm saying.
But if you going by rules though, niggas gonna start fouling out. So if you going by rules, you gotta play. You gotta be safe because you don't want to start losing Currys. You ain't got no replacements. You don't replacements.
You don't want to start losing Currys.
You don't got unlimited fouls.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What's the point going to? They're playing quarters.
Yeah, this is a regular game.
Yeah, I'm taking Curry.
Yeah,
I'm taking. And the only reason why I say that because even with that 3-2 zone, the way that boy Curry moves without the ball is ridiculous.
All right, I'm gonna show you the magic.
It is ridiculous. I'm gonna show you them
Shaq highlights.
We just got done talking about this when we said, "Do you see how they be having to hold?" And Shaq is gonna foul out too, trying to keep up with this man.
Oh, for sure. It's
you know what I'm.
And he's gonna be dumb tired, nigga. Dumb, nigga, bro. That nigga Matthew Dellavedova had to go to the hospital after the finals guarding Curry, bro. Cause just how much he run around, bro. He had to go to the hospital, nigga.
We're talking about primes here, so everybody in their prime.
So nobody. Prime Curry, that nigga's like 90% from behind the 3, nigga. Are you prime?
Bruh.
Shaq is gonna have to.
The nigga Curry went 50, 40, 90 on a 30-point average season. Never been done unanimous.
Well, let us know how y'all feeling, man.
You gonna make it
when we do a poll? Yeah. I put the poll up.
Bruh, you remember in the Olympics, nigga, last year when Curry, nigga, KD had LeBron wide open on the other side. Nigga, he threw it back to Curry, double team, nigga, and Curry did some shit, nigga, nigga, hop back, threw that bitch in the air, and that bitch went in for the game, nigga. I'm taking Curry, bro. The fuck you mean, bro? Look at that nigga be hitting some crazy shit, bro. Like,
and we're talking about that's why you said Orlando Magic Shaq still has some developing to do.
Now,
that was just his athleticism. That was just his peak athleticism.
Now, if you had 4 Shaqs and then maybe like a Penny Hardaway, I would take that.
Pull up, y'all.
Because
vote.
Penny Hardaway could do all the hard work, and then Shaq he just throw it in the
Shaqs versus
that almost feels like we could
My
do.
shows a percent. It don't show like 5 Shaqs versus 5 Currys.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it says 5 Shaqs versus percent Currys.
Oh, maybe. Oh, my bad. Maybe. Oh, I think they kind of get the concept though.
Night. You feel me, Sandy? Night.
Oh, my bad. Let me see. I don't think I can. Can I edit it?
All I know is 100% Curry right now. That's the vote.
Oh shit!
So
where'd it go?
Didn't nobody pick Shaq with their votes?
Wait,
nigga.
4 votes.
Wait.
All Curry.
You still see it?
No, I just see the.
Nah, it's over.
I just see it's complete.
Ended it.
My bad. I said edit.
That's a good question though. But
Yeah,
y'all heard about the
Hold on, real. My bad. Because I want to get these Stacks question out the way real quick.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. Go ahead, Stack. You can ask it.
All right, so it's. I've heard 2 separate scenarios, but pretty much the same. It's all based off the same shit. So, a guy has a kid with a lady. Mm-hmm. They have 1 kid together, but she has other kids by other men.
Right.
previous.
Just in general.
Right.
This guy and this girl are not together.
Okay.
They share a kid.
Right.
And the mom has multiple kids by other men.
Right.
Okay, that's just for context.
Okay.
And so the dad came to pick up his son to take him to the lake to go fishing. Mm-hmm. But the mom said he can't go if the dad don't take his other siblings.
How many of them is it?
It's like 4 or 5.
Oh, hell nah. What? Nigga, I gotta take 5 other kids with me, but nah. I can see if it was 1.
But I've heard of other cases like this. Like there was another one where a dad wanted to take his daughter to Disneyland with his family. Like not like a new woman and stuff, but like
right.
with his moms, her grandma, her cousins, shit like that.
Yeah.
And the daughter has other siblings. Her mom has other kids, which is the daughter's siblings, and was like, "Oh yeah, no, she can't go if you don't take her other siblings." But the mom was like, "I'll pay." I'll pay for their way, but you have to take them with you and watch them. For me, that's not my responsibility.
Right.
Yeah. Why would you even want your other kids?
I'd rather take them fishing.
That don't want to take them. Like, I'm not about to send my kid with somebody who don't want them. To me that feels a little irresponsible. Like if you don't want to take my kids willingly, mind you, they're not your kids, so technically
they're not your responsibility.
Yeah, they're not your responsibility. But if you already don't want to take them, I'm not about to force it. Like that's because I'm not gonna feel personally. I'm not gonna feel comfortable. Like nigga, you don't even want my kids to be there to begin with. Facts. So I can't even 100% trust you that you're gonna be watching my kids. Having a kid and them getting lost or something happening to them, and you know people there that don't really care.
Right?
It's crazy.
Hell nah. You're right.
That's like the same thing that
goes
around.
That's a better reason because I was just thinking selfishly, but that's actually a better reason.
No, it's like the same thing. It's like, say you have a kid with somebody and then their mom has other kids. Your mom or your son call you.
Facts, Kaylin.
Or your kid, your child calls you or the mom calls you and say, "Hey, your kid is hungry." So you like, all right, bet I'm gonna go slide to Chick-fil-A or Taco Bell and you show up with a meal for your kid. Right. Oh, where's the rest of the kids' food? Them ain't my kids. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, if I can tell that the mom is like actually like a hustling mom and she going to work and she just a little down and out right now. Right. All right, cool.
I'll slide.
I might slide and get
some pizza.
I might get a family dinner or a meal. But if you just
expecting me.
You just expecting me to do it just because, like, no, they have fathers too. Involve them.
But the mom also fucked up from the jump by calling you and specifically telling you specifically that kid is hungry, right? Because now you're making it specifically about that kid. I'm gonna specifically buy food specifically for my kid, right? So then it's like that's you kind of almost made it about that in a way. You know what I'm saying? So that's you kind of almost made it unfair for the kid, but like. If I find out in a roundabout way that you ain't got it like that, everybody hungry, I can see the pizza thing. You can go to Little Caesars and get you a little $7 joint, right? But if you're calling me and say your son or your kid is hungry, okay, here's some money for them to get some food, or I'm gonna send them some food or bring them some food, right? But if you're telling me,
it's about how you ask.
It's about if you're telling me that my kid is hungry, I'm gonna get my kid the food, right? And then when it comes to that, I feel like it's a little bit better if I was to offer and say, because I understand where maybe you want to bring other kids like around the same age so they can all enjoy it together and bring it in, as opposed to hella adults and like older kids, and you the only one that you can, you know what I mean? Maybe you can run around with your stepbrother or whatever, you know what I mean, your cousin, whatever. So that's cool sometimes, but I would feel like if I offered to be like, well, do you think one of his brothers, you think his brother might want to go to something like that? I could see that. And then we can have a conversation if his dad feel comfortable with it. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But if I don't offer, you're not going to tell me that I have to, that I have to bring them, or they can't go at all. Then it's like, what the fuck? No, like I need to offer.
100% agree.
Like, what the fuck?
Ain't no way I'm gonna just be like,
tell me I have to bring it.
I'm not a demon, nigga. If you ask me, like, you feel me? I'm gonna be like, oh, if you could just be like, yeah, you think, man, you feel me? Your kid hungry, but also you feel me? Think you could get something for the.
And you will also think to a point that you may not. I'm not saying that y'all best friends and you know what I'm saying, but you would probably be cool somewhat with them kids to a point to where they know you and shit like that, so it wouldn't be a problem, right? So everybody's different.
That's my son, brother.
We can all agree that if it was a baby mama that had 5 different baby daddies, you're one of them, but you got a day off, you want to pick up your kid to go do something. You go to pick up your kid, and it's like, no, you cannot pick them up unless you take all the kids.
That's wild.
That is a little bit.
I don't care. I don't care if she just had 3 baby daddies and I'm one of them with 5 kids. I don't care how many. Yeah. I'm here for
my kid.
For my kid.
So you ain't gonna let me take care of my kid.
And if you want to include the other kids on your own, you know what I mean, your own thing, your own agenda, then that's fine, right? But you're not gonna sit here and tell me that I have to do that.
I gotta pay for your mistakes.
Yeah, what the fuck? I can walk in and imagine if we go into like the jungle or Pump It Up or something like that, right? And it's like I'm about to pick up my kid, and it's like shit, it's $8 for him to get in here. It's like, well, let's bring the mother 2 niggas. It's like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? So I got somebody to play with and race with in the obstacle course and all that shit too. Like, we not no demons, right? But it's like what Al said, it's like how you ask. Don't sit there and like tell me that I can't see my son if I don't bring everybody.
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
Because you can still get what you want if you go about it a different way. You know what I'm saying?
Because we reasonable, my nigga. Like, if you literally tell me, I know you struggle. I see you. Yeah. You feel me? I'm not even about to really damn near have my kid over there to keep it a buck. That's just me though. But we just talking about the situation. You feel me? If I had to go over,
Kayla's spitting. Oh wait, bro! Wait, no. He was spitting.
Wait, what did he say?
He said, "I'll be mad at my damn self for having kids with somebody." Kayla, you should. Oh, mama's like, bro, what did I do? What did I do? Yeah, nah, and I don't know if this was in the chat. I could be misreading this, but if the baby mama is actually with one of the baby daddies that's living there, and my kid is there, you for sure, you even tripping even more. Like, first of all, you telling me to take this nigga's kid while he at home with you?
No, hell nah, nigga. Nigga, this nigga at the house, nigga.
Yeah, nah. You need to tell this nigga to go get them Disneyland tickets or go get a fishing pole.
That's how motherfuckers get beat up, nigga. Because he gonna come out tripping, and now I'm tripping. Now we all just tripping.
And also too, I mean, also,
nah, nigga not about to come outside like, you better take my daughter too.
Also, I'm fully expecting the parent to be paying for they shit. You know what I'm saying? Unless I offer.
Come outside, blood.
Hell no.
Come outside, blood. You know what?
I'm about to I'm about to beat the shit out of you for even thinking that was okay.
So y'all could be here fucking this shit all day? Hell nah, nigga.
So I'm about to take all these kids back and start fucking.
Fuck you, nigga.
Fuck that.
Y'all can go have a nice even now while I got all the
You
kids.
fucked up, nigga.
That's
Is
wild.
crazy.
That's disrespectful.
That's $150. You wild.
Nigga, you
right
on the
now,
phone with your
bruh.
baby mom. You just hear this nigga in the background. Hey, tell him to take our kids too.
Like, nigga, hell nah. We going straight to court, nigga. What you mean?
Hey, hold on.
That's crazy.
Unless bro a drug dealer or something, he be like, I pay for everybody. Well, you want lunch too? I'll be like, hold on, man.
Oh yeah,
I need a little gas in my tank now.
I mean, it depends on how many kids it is too, though.
Nah.
I feel like one
break you
kid,
off
I can see
500.
that.
in this particular
That's
situation
crazy.
that me and Bryce seen, it was 5.
Yeah, that's too many.
that's five.
Five. It was
That's
five.
too many.
This is realistic. This is an actual thing that's happening. That it wasn't a scenario that somebody brought up. This is somebody's story.
This somebody's life? Oh
Yes,
man, I
this is
feel
real
sorry
life,
for bro.
I feel like I heard about this
And
too.
you know, it's hella people in the comments. Just take care of the kids. Fuck all that, bro. Nigga, fuck all of that, bro. They not my kids, bro. I might as well go take care of some random niggas then.
But, you gotta take care of the kids until you put hands on them, and everybody gonna be like, "That's not your kid." You know what I'm saying?
So I gotta discipline them. Now I
You
can't
gotta
hit.
discipline them.
Now I'm the bad guy.
Yeah,
Nigga,
I gotta
fuck
sit
all
here and
that.
just take this
But
bullshit.
that
Fuck
brings
that.
me back to like, what type of parent are you to push your kids
Onto somebody
somewhere
else.
that they don't want to, that people don't want them to be?
Exactly.
If you are trying to push your child in a situation where they are not wanted, you are the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? You
Trying
are
to get some
wilding, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
As
Like, trying
much
to get fucked.
as crazy as the world is, and you just willingly trying to ship your kid off with somebody that don't want them, ain't no telling what can happen to your child.
Bruh,
while you're not there.
like in Baby
Especially if
Boy.
you got a little girl.
Nigga went
and you
event.
tripping.
Yeah, but a lot of
Nigga,
times,
God,
these
nigga,
parents hand the kids off to people that are way more responsible than them, so they know they don't even got a trip. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like somebody dropping that kid off to their parent, like, to the kid's grandparent, and they know it's good. You know what I'm saying? They know what time it is. So it's like sometimes people are just careless like that because they know you're gonna. You know what I'm saying? Hold it down. They're not even thinking about it. Yeah, and it's very, very irresponsible because you're still not thinking about it. But it's at the same time,
Me and
you're
my
taking
girl talk
advantage
about this all
of
the
somebody.
time.
You know what I'm saying?
That you're taking advantage of somebody that handle their business.
Like
Exactly.
when we
You know what I'm
have
saying?
kids,
Exactly.
nigga, it's about 4 or 5 niggas who I really trust to really take care of my kids, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not about like I was about to say on Baby Boy. If Ed had this nigga Snoop Dogg all in the house with her son, that would never happen.
Right.
My
Crazy.
nigga.
Right.
Never happen. This nigga don't even like me. He tried to kill me.
Yeah.
You over here? What? Never, nigga.
Yeah, that's
I'm getting my
crazy.
son, blood.
I'm not about to. If I don't have to, I'm not having my kid around somebody that I don't know.
Facts.
It's bad. Like
Facts.
I said, that's crazy to me, bro.
But
You don't know.
have you ever been?
what type of timing people be on? Like,
And you ever been in a scenario where like you trying to be cool, you know, just being a regular person because you don't want nobody thinking nothing or whatever, and all of a sudden it's just like, yeah, it's good. Come on, you want to, you know what I mean? Or I'll be right back, and you just kind of kicking with him, and it's like, what if I was a cat? You know what I'm saying? But it's
If
like
I kick this pillow for it over.
yeah, like what the fuck, shit, like
yeah, I'm not, if I even have a inkling of that, my kid might get a little bit mistreated
It's
versus
bad.
all the other
Yeah.
kids.
It's bad.
No.
yeah.
They
It's
not
bad.
going.
Even if I feel like you like my kid too much, nigga, it's a balance.
I'm gonna tell y'all like this, bro. When I take my daughter to the park, like my daughter, like you remember when we went to Great Wolf Lodge, like you know had that one little boy push her down the slide because my daughter will step like she's not aggressive or she's not like a mean kid. If she see like somebody is hella eager to want to go down the slide or something, she be like, oh, you can go ahead. But it sometimes it gets to a point where these kids don't got no home training, and I be she walking this way on the structure, I'm walking on the ground following her because I done had kids push by her and push. I'm like we went to the outlets last weekend, and I want to get on the play structure. All right, go ahead, get on the play structure. And I'm sitting there watching her, and it's like this one little girl like kind of pushed by. I'm like, no, you need to wait your turn. And she kind of looked at me. I'm like, no, you need to wait your turn. Don't push my daughter.
Right, don't get your daddy fucked up.
Hold on, listen. and then some little boy was trying, like my daughter was climbing up. They had the little ladder thing. So she climbing up the ladder the right way, and he's like climbing in and out of it, going back and forth. And so he basically like damn near like was trying to push her legs. I'm like, hey man, first off, you don't push no girl, especially not my daughter. That's how you gonna get your daddy pushed. Yeah. And he said, huh? I said, where your daddy? I was like, you push my daughter, I'm gonna go push him. And we gonna see how you like it. And then the dad, he go,
yeah, you better get your little son.
No. But I'm saying like that's how I'm that parent. Like don't get your daddy fucked up. Because I'm quick to be like, who her daddy?
I approve of this message.
You see, I'm like, that's just how I am. I'm like, you will get slapped up out here because you ain't teaching your kid how to act. Yeah. Like I take that very serious.
These things go hand in hand. Nigga, you push a motherfucker, somebody might bust your ass, nigga. Oh God, nigga, like don't push my kid, bro. I don't give a fuck how old you is, cause I ain't scared to push a kid. Yeah, nigga, don't push my kid, nigga. The fuck?
Actions come with reactions.
Yeah, this is what happens. This is life.
You gotta learn that.
You feel me? And if your dad got something to say, then we can talk about it like men. You know what I mean? And we can go outside. We can handle it. But nigga, you not about to bully my kid, bro. Fuck all that. Yeah, nah. And nigga, you better hope I ain't got my kid in boxing lessons by now, cause she'd probably done two-piece your ass by then, nigga.
And that's how it goes. And that goes back to my point of what Bryce was saying. I'm not about to have my kids somewhere where they're not wanted.
Right.
Like, or somebody doesn't feel like given it's not their responsibility to be responsible for my kid.
Right. Voicing it too? No.
Right. Just imagine that same scenario happening, but it's not you.
Unless it was my mom or something like that. She might complain. Yeah, she might complain like, man, you better get this big head fool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's different.
That's different. That's different.
That's completely different. If you sending your kid with your baby daddy, baby mama, and her dude, that's out.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
No, that's out. And I see what you're saying, Yella. Like, you feel like your kid is a package deal, but for the scenario that we talking about, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? If my kid is going somewhere, like I said, they're not 100% wanted, I'm going to. At this, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, well, fuck it. You don't, you know what I'm saying? You really don't want them there, but you'll accept them to go. I'm going to, because at the same time, I don't want my kid to be mistreated. Right. So I can understand that as the package deal.
Yeah, also it could go two ways, because your kid could come back talking some shit that really didn't happen. You feel me? And now you got to beef with a nigga, because I'm on my kid's side. No matter what they say, I'm gonna believe them. So like, you feel me? If I already felt like you didn't like them to begin with, and then they come back and say some shit, nigga, I'm on your ass, nigga. The fuck happened?
Unless you know your kid be bullshitting.
Unless you know your kid.
It's scenarios.
Parents don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
No. Parents don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah.
I get it.
No, you know what?
But sometimes people be saying some wild ass shit.
Most parents don't give a fuck. It takes a certain type of parent to be like, you know what? My kid be wilding.
So prime,
you know what I'm saying?
Prime example. That homeowner that's getting charged for, can we say?
What is it?
Red rum? What are you talking about?
The homeowner people are trying to say he should get charged for unaliving that 15, 16, and 17-year-old.
Oh, that's
because they broke into his house armed at 2, 3 in the morning, and he unalived them.
I think he unalived 2 of them. One is in critical condition.
The parents are saying, the family members saying, he didn't have to do that. These kids had bright futures, and they was all about school.
But they broke in his house,
bruh, kicking down the door.
Oh yeah, nah.
All armed, all of them with a stolen in their hand.
Did they walk in with their resumes and their profile pictures and their accomplishments in life?
It's
nigga,
2 in the morning.
What you bitch? You're done,
bro. The legit,
you walk in my house 2 in the morning.
Interviews,
You're done.
Hold on, bro. The legit interviews of the family. These brothers, they were all about school. They had a bright future in sports, and this homeowner needs to understand. How else was he supposed to get his money? They don't know about how these kids in the hood be living, and that's no excuse. I'm sorry.
No,
kicking down a nigga door is nope.
And you can
with
see
guns.
You can see. You can see.
I think they armed. They was armed.
They was armed. You can see it on the man's surveillance camera.
You got
see
arrested
it on his ring. No.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because
he had home protection.
The state it was in is a stand your ground state.
No, that's
even more.
I agree with that.
You can carry. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. That's the prime example of what I'm saying. Though it's like, it's some parents that do not care what you say their kid did. Oh no, my kid was a saint.
That's wild. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the prime example.
See, they did that, but they not like that.
See, but I think, but see, but check this out though. But hey, but hear me out. Hear me out real quick. Everybody's different. There are parents that will do that, but like for example, like my parents, like my mom, right? She knew us, and if we got accused of certain shit, she'll be like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Did you do the shit? And and she knew what time it was or whatever, right? But I've been accused. I remember like 7th to 8th grade. I was accused of hitting a girl, but I never did anything like that. It was, I forgot what the fuck it was. I remember going back and forth or something. She jumped on my back or something like that. And I just like waved her off, like what the fuck going on? I remember walking to the office because I was taught you don't hit no girl. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what the fuck was going on. You know what I'm saying? And I remember her mom came and picked her up and told her that I hit her. And the mom was like, no, you come into the office, like, it's bad. I'm like, wait, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? We get there, and my mom get there, they tell her, my mom like, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because she knew I knew better. You know what I'm saying? So, I hear what you're saying, but like, I don't know. I guess it might just depend on the situation, I guess. But like, even
on surveillance.
No, I hear what hear what you're saying, but I'm talking about just trying to. I'm talking about what y'all was saying earlier, talking about like, oh no, my kid is a saint. He would never do that. It's kind of like you really just being goofy. You're not really paying attention. But like, for example, like in that situation, my mom was like, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because he wouldn't. You know what I mean? It didn't make sense. 'Cause at that time, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sitting there like, no, you told us this.
Yeah, your parents know your usual actions.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Like if you a firebug and shit, your parents like, and the fire gets set and they blame you, you gonna be like, nigga.
Damn near did that.
Yeah, you probably did that shit. Or if you steal a lot, you feel me? Your parents know your actions, tendencies and shit. But if it's just some wild shit, like nah, my kid did.
Like my mom used to tell me, if something happened where y'all break up, I know it was your fault. Like shit, like
all right, bro. I was gonna say sometimes every now and then you can subvert your parents' expectations. You can do something out of your character or do something out of character that your parents are like, well, I can't believe that he did that unless you prove it to me. Even if he said he did it, it's gonna be hard for me to understand that he did that.
But I feel like that'll happen over time.
Like you get outside, you know what I'm
that'll
saying?
happen over time.
Yeah, so you get outside. Yeah, for sure.
We know my parents have had to deal with that, not with me, but with other people. It was kind of like, wait, you're doing what? You know what I'm saying? And it does throw them off. So like you said, you get a little taste of outside and to other people, no Diddy, you know what I'm saying? And then you might become a different person, and that's how we're formed. Yeah, that's how we're shaped.
I mean, you know, like my sister, bro, Christina, like she was wilding out since she was 13. So anything she did after that, like my parents was like, she probably did that shit. You feel me? So like,
but say you do something on the capacity of what she did, and you really did that shit, but they can be like, no, that's not really his character. So
exactly.
But if you have it on surveillance,
it's different.
I can watch him doing
different.
And you're still pleading the case.
Yeah,
right.
You know what I'm saying.
The fact it was the fact that the family member, I think it was either the aunt or the older sister, that was like, yeah, like. The homeowner the guy should have understood that, like, he doesn't know how these kids have to make their money, especially kids living in the hood where we coming from. You're telling on your family member that they're up to no good trying to earn money.
That sounded to me like you damn near
justified.
Like you damn near sent them out to do that shit down there. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You thought he was gonna turn the lights on so we can have a conversation about it?
I don't give a fuck how broke we is, boy. My son, I catch my son going and stealing and breaking the niggas' houses. Yeah. Boy, you about to get your ass beat on, boy. Soon as you get back to the crib, nigga, soon as we step in the door, nigga, you getting whooped, nigga. The fuck is you doing, nigga? You could have died. Just like it happens to these kids, and that's what happens when you start justifying shit like that. Shit like this happens because they think it's okay. You feel me? You supposed to nip that shit in the bud, nigga.
Nigga, 100%. I think we all can tell our parents something right now. They can be like, "Oh, you did what?" You know what I'm saying? Like we definitely stepped out of character doing some shit. And it's like, but we kept it close to the chest. We ain't get caught.
Right.
But it is. We know if we were to get found out, it would be extremely hard for our parents to believe that we did this. But if we're on camera doing it, it is what it is.
And
it's
a lot of it is just...
and my parents are gonna be like, you do it. Like I said, there's an action and reaction. If you really did that, and this is what could happen to you. I've been taught plenty of times, like, if you do this, you hang out with this type of people, this is the shit that can happen to you. So at the end of the day, they can be like, oh, well, you really did that? This is exactly why you're in the position that you're in right now. That's
also,
on you.
And also,
you
too,
know what I'm saying?
let's be fair, too. When that situation happened to me, I might have been like 11 or 12, right? So after a certain age, obviously, when you start, at that age, it would have been easier for me to be right under my parents' nose. Obviously, I'm going to school, I'm playing basketball, my dad the coach, and I'm coming home. You know what I'm saying? So it's easier to do that. But obviously, as you start getting older and you start, making friends, you start kicking it, and you start doing shit after school or the weekends and shit, then that's when you start getting influenced by different things and you pick up different tricks and habits and shit. So I get that part, you know what I mean. But I feel like up to a point, you for the most part you should know, you know what I mean, or most parents should know for the most part up to a certain point. You know.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's
like
also
a moral basis.
It's like you teach your kid common sense, my nigga. You breaking into somebody's house at 2 a.m, they're probably gonna I mean, you don't want to teach them how to be a good criminal neither, but that's just dumb, nigga. Like 2 a.m, nigga, what the fuck?
That's one of the most dangerous things you can do, is breaking in.
Breaking a nigga house.
You don't know if somebody is carrying in the house and they prepare for you. You can break into John Wick house.
Yeah.
What they said, bro, was they was like they done broke into John Wick house. Like that's exactly what it was. Like you don't know what you're doing. You ain't out here taking notes on everybody. Like you got people that do that be taking notes for like months. Like, you know what? I think we got this person. This person don't look like he got too much going on. She whatever. But some people just be like,
kick though.
To do it at that time of night, you would think you would be more
people
planned
that
out.
train for them scenarios.
Yo, for
100%.
that guy is the example.
It's a nigga that's waiting for this to happen. Yeah.
He got the AR right by the front door. Like, oh yes. Actually, I'm gonna let y'all get a couple of kicks in before I start shooting through the door.
This is a free body, nigga. That's niggas think like that, nigga. It's a free kill.
Shit, I'm the type of nigga like you get one kick. You kick that door one time. Wow.
I'm not even gonna let you. I'm not even gonna let you kick. If my ring notification goes off and I see mass niggas running towards my door,
we through the door,
bruh. I said that when I seen some. They was stealing some dude car, and bruh had the extendo pointed at the man ring camera. I'm peeling you through the window.
Right, fool. What the fuck?
Are you kidding me?
You got to point at the doorbell, nigga. I'm about to peel your shit, nigga. The fuck, nigga? Nigga, ain't nobody over there. Nigga, I know exactly where your gun at. Nigga, I'm about to stand right where your gun ain't. Nigga, and peel your shit.
Hey, shout out Ring cameras, bro. They done changed the game.
And we got the Ring floodlights too. Check them out. Them bitches go crazy.
I got one in my driveway.
It's gonna be daytime and I'm popping off.
Motherfucker light up. Siren go off. You gonna be confused as a motherfucker. You ain't gonna hear me coming.
It's daytime.
I'm telling you, come in my house.
Daytime,
nigga. You done.
Lit out here,
nigga.
Boy.
You're done. You come in my house, boy.
Oh man.
You better not. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey man, in conclusion, watch your kids, man.
Watch your kids.
Take responsibility for your own kids. At the end of the day, if these fathers want to be fathers, let them be fathers if they're responsible. You know what I mean? Don't vice versa for mothers too. If these mothers want to be mothers, let them be mothers if they're responsible. Don't
make them suffer. Don't make them suffer because
y'all not cool.
Not even that. Don't make that dad or that mom suffer because your other kids' parental figures aren't stepping up to the plate like they are.
That's when you got to take the responsibility to be a better parent. Not saying that you're not a good parent, but be a better, a greater parent. And be like, you know what? Since my other kids' significant others aren't involved, I'm going to take this step further. You go ahead and take your kid and go to the park, whatever. But I'm going to take my other kids to the park because I don't want them to feel like. You know what I'm saying?
And I get it. If you a nigga not taking care of your kids,
fuck you.
Go get your fucking kids. You piece of dirt. You piece of trash.
That goes for females too. Fuck y'all.
Fuck y'all. That's niggas that don't take care of their kids.
Go get their hair cut. You know what I'm saying? Go get them some shoes, man. Go get them a bike, bro. Spend at least 2 to 3 hours at the park. You know what I mean?
Don't just post them niggas on Father's Day, my nigga. That shit boozy as fuck.
That's not enough.
Your kid wearing Skechers and you walk around with Balenciagas.
We can see you. We see you. We know. Get your kids, man.
Nigga still at the crib living with Mom Dukes.
Shout out good looking hunky, man. Pulled up late. You a little late, but you pulled up. Shout out Yella, man. Shout out Sandy, of course. Make sure y'all go follow Sandy. Shout out my nigga Kaylin, Carpe Diem in this thing. Oh, you had it lit tonight, Kaylin. You was hilarious, bro. You should have never deleted that comment. Shout out Fresh, man. Shout out Hess. Santana was in here. We had a good little lineup. Shout out for everybody that participated in the poll. The end of the poll was 70 to 30%. Curry won. But yeah, man, appreciate everybody pulling up. We a little bit over time. We done hit 12 o'clock. So y'all know what time it is. We don't try to keep y'all longer than 2 hours. But we had a good discussion. It was a fun night. Make sure y'all tune in next week as we'll probably discuss the Kendrick Lamar show, because I believe Al went. I'm going tomorrow, so we'll have our reviews on the concert. Boy. Yeah, see, we're gonna have to talk about it. Al got to see Justin Bieber. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that lucky. He was inside, right? Yeah, I'm gonna be outside, and we're gonna be in the city, San Francisco. Shout out San Francisco.
And when we gonna do that Real Squad shootout?
Shoot, whenever y'all want to go shoot out.
Ducking.
Oh my God, you hear this dude?
Ducking. And that moonshot not gonna save you this time.
Oh, you meant with basketballs. Yeah. Oh, my fault.
Hey, calm down.
That nigga Stacks said, I'm ready
here. Like,
I'm ready for it,
nigga. Damn. Let me go pop the trunk. You know what I'm saying?
He said, I got groups, nigga. I shoot groups, nigga.
Oh, man. Damn. Real squad shootout coming soon.
You meant like a...
Yeah. We going to need you. We need you for a referee. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We need you to be the cameraman. You're going to have to referee the Real Squad shootout, because we got to see who the best shooter is.
Shout out Yellow. It's 309, man. You over there in the East Coast.
Oh, yeah. Yellow, you holding it down. You know how we love you, Yellow.
Sandy in the East Coast, too.
Yeah, she in New York with it.
I know, man. So sorry about them Knicks, man. My girl Knicks, man.
Yeah, we wanted the Knicks to win, honestly. We always rooting for the Knicks, man. But I'm gonna let these guys take y'all out. Make sure y'all comment after the video is over.
Well, I thought they still had one more game.
They do,
but you know, come on, it's 3-1.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm about to say, damn, did I miss
something? Make sure y'all share the video out there. Hit that like button. Like I said, appreciate y'all. Love y'all.
Technically, they got 4 more games, but it's 3-1. I mean, 3 more games, but
it's very rare for you to come back from 3-1.
The Warriors did it, but then they lost.
We don't talk about that.
No, but they did it. They came back 3-1 against OKC. Then they lost.
Man, shout out my baby. She graduated from pre-K today.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to all the people who graduated too, but shout out to Stacks baby especially.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because that's fam.
Kids of the future.
Shout out Gemini's again.
Shout out to Louisiana, because that old ass plantation burned down.
Shout out
to the Gemini.
That plantation burned down. Fuck them all. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them crackers. You know what I'm saying? They was all crying and shit. They having waiters at a plantation.